Okay, we're actually in business. I hope you guys like monthly automated tournaments, because that's going on right now. Let's see. Let's see the Ram team here. This actually may be the pharmaceutical gang. Let's take a look. Ooh, it is indeed. Oh, wow. Look what we have here, guys. We have Ram, Benny, Erazik, Turbo Dogs, Oki, and Cthulhu here on the Warrior. The last Warrior player who actually plays PvP. Incredible. They're up against Apocalyptic, Dr. Totoro there, Bashal, Aoyur, and Jabba. Realistically, blue team should win very strongly here. These are some very strong players here. All kind of high-tier ranked gamers. They play with each other. They do LAT fairly frequently. They will win this game very aggressively. This is kind of like, these are, I hate to say this, guys, but the red team here are basically the people who get gatekept in daily AT. These are the gatekeepers. Although Erazik does actually feed that, that's not ideal. But we won't actually bother looking at this game too much. I want to kind of like use this first round to kind of scope out who's playing him. Let's find out who is in this. Quarantine Crusaders. So this will be also a potentially powerful team. This actually is a very good team, actually. This team here is powerful. This is Feifei here. It's Belzadar, Cole. Wait, She Holds My Hand. Andreas with the... Wait, what the hell is this? We actually have ERP going on here? He holds my hand. She holds my hand. Necromanta Scourge roleplay right now as they stand together on the node, holding each other's hands, supporting each other, and carrying the team fight. I mean, honestly, guys, it is very sweet. It brings a tear to the eye. It does. It really, really does, guys. I love this. Isn't that sweet, guys? Okay, isn't it sweet? Live erotic roleplay happening right now in this monthly AT. A great start to the monthly AT. With regards to this should be very favored towards red team. I would actually expect to see this team definitely make it through Swiss. Quarantine Crusaders are all legend level players. Sari here on Thief, Andreas on Guardian, of course Curl on the Druid or Ranger, whatever the situation requires. Belzadar here on Herald, of course, more than capable of playing Renegade if they deem that necessary. Finally, Feifei rounding off here with the Scourge to kind of synergize with that Guardian. Synergetic names and, of course, synergetic professions here, making sure that the team fight is solidified here. Taking a lot of pressure, actually, but looks like they will be able to secure that kill. Yep, there they are. And a nice breach there, too. Huge DPS coming through there. The cleave is big, and that will be the end of this fight. And red team will now probably surge to victory from this point onwards here, as we see Cole position himself here on the altar to capture that node, and blue team will eventually be repelled here from the middle node here, as well as the Scourge will not be able to hold on for long. Double Scourge definitely made the team fight a bit annoying. Made it very sluggish for a red team to punch through, but they have managed it now. Sorry, Cunningham finds the kill, and there it is. Good comp here. This is basically, you know, pretty standard composition for PvP from red team. They'll go far with that 100%. I want to see who Zan is playing with. Where is Zan? I actually don't know what they are playing as. But... Off Dream guys here. What do we have here, guys? We have Sakaya, Zirid, rank 2 on the leaderboard, guys. Ranger God, right? And Bazil. Bazil on Thief. We have Arnast Lapoki, Pokey Cake on Scourge. Gelsine on this Renegade here. Sakaya here on the Nade, Hollow Smith, of course. Bazil on Thief here, guys. Bazil and Zirid, they are partners in crime recently. Playing a lot of ranked, so Bazil's internet connection. Bit of a problem there, guys, okay? Bazil's internet connection, it definitely does cause him trouble sometimes. Right, yeah, we actually even see him DC during this game. A few issues are in play, but now he has been able to recover, come back to the game right now. Fortunately, you know, hopefully anyway, he will have a much stronger connection, able to survive in the entirety of the monthly AT. Let's see if he can make it work, guys, okay? Can he make it work? Yes, but yes, guys, Zirid is top 2, guys, okay? Top 2. He is top 2 on the leaderboard right now. Legend rating, 1900 rating. It is very unlucky, Strong, though, it really is. You know, you'd hate to see it. This will be, I don't really know these guys here. I'm not familiar with these players. So I think this should be very favored towards the red team here. They should clean this up pretty soon. Base Mez, Thief, Dragon Hunter. And of course, we have a support guardian here from Kipperiz. Okay, which is kind of like a discount Kripparrian here. And then the needle drop. Didn't know this guy played the game, but, well, apparently he does, and he's a Weaver enjoyer. Okay, his musical taste is matching, of course, his choice in profession. Intellectuals only here. All right, let's go ahead and move on to another game because red team is going to win here. Well, the Lakers probably got a bye because they have a lot of QP, I'd say. A lot of QP there for the lads there. Okay, actually, let's have a look at this Spock again. That could be interesting here. Here we go. So, we actually have Spocker. Frozen Men. On the support guard here. Garkos on the Scourge, of course. DPS Scourge, in fact. Packwax on the Mirage, just the DPS Mirage, Roam Mirage. And then Gabacry here, of course, on the fantastic big DPS Herald. Very favored towards red. Although, having said that, blue team actually did just get the buff and got that very nice res right now onto Riplock Pup. However, I think it will be now secured once again as Phantom V comes in, bringing some mass damage. There is the kill. It'll be hard for the Guardian to revive this here. The cleave should be very high between these two DPS players. In fact, the Guardian might end up going down here as well. That is a very nice buff there, but red team very quickly getting control back of the map here. Spocky getting the kill onto Con D. Meanwhile, we have the Guardian here of Garkos and Frozen Men just getting rid of this Renegade over here. You won't be able to hold, because it's actually the DPS Scourge here. Garkos playing the DPS Scourge. Basically, the Sage and Undead rune here with Blood Magic, Sorry Picking Scourge. You actually often see this played with curses, although you can play it with Blood Magic as well, but kind of packs a bit of a punch there. Scepter, of course, being a damaging weapon there in addition to the Torch, will break through the defenses of targets quite effectively here. Meanwhile, Banter Buddy about to go down here as well. Yep, that's a kill. Oh, having said that, though, we actually have a Stomp maybe coming out. Is it going to be the rally? Yes, it is. There we go. Rallying up Gabacry there, and this should now be a pretty decisive victory here for the red team, ending this round. Let's see. Do we have any? The Serial Killers game is already over. We'll keep an eye on those, of course, as we get into the tournament very effectively there as well. Okay, what else have we got going on here? Yeah, that game is over. I actually don't see Lakers right now. I presume Lakers actually found themselves getting a bye. Let's have a look at this game here. This could be a very, very close game, guys. Here we go. Ooh, we do. We've got a very, very close match here indeed between the red team here. We have double Scourge, Renegade, triple Scourge, Renegade, Firebrand. Firebrand, I mean, like, that's maybe a bit of a bad pick right there, but everything else makes a lot of sense here. Meanwhile, on the other team, we have Don Rallybot, past Heisen, Simpin' Ain't Pimpin' here on that Bubbles here, on the Spellbreaker. Ooh, almost like Decap, actually, here. From that, and then Critic here on the Duelist Soul Beast. Oh, dude, red team overcommitting, though, really hard to the bottom buff. Are they going to get punished for it? I believe they may well end up doing so. The Scourge trying to hold the barrier application is good, but they're massively outnumbered here. They already lost that player. Can they somehow hold on until they get some reinforcements? Because they will start, of course, outnumbering the map while they are being outnumbered here. But no, the Scourge is going to go down. I don't think he can res that. Is he going to try and fear them? No, he cannot get it. And now Aquarius left 1v3. Blue's committing harder. This does give red some opportunity to get back into the game by getting this buff here. It looks like they're going to have to give it. Yeah, Reds is going to have to go ahead and give it away. There's no way they can hold on to this right now. Pubbles is low, but he actually did get the kill onto the Firebrand there. And there is the buff. And with the kill on this Firebrand, that probably should be the GG, actually. 2 players bleeding out. I think this is very much an AFK on node situation here for the blue team. They need to go to a point and stand on it until the game is over. And I think we are going to be seeing that happening right now. We actually have Simpin' Ain't Pimpin' disengaging a little bit there, so red might be able to get the decal there. But well, if he dies, this is maybe a bit scary. But no, that's not going to happen. The Renegade peels him out. Of course, the Elixir S is going to save him here fairly effectively. There is the decap there, but I don't think it can really happen elsewhere. They've got to somehow get to this third node. They can't let the blue team have even one, though. And this Scourge went in 1v3. I do not like that here whatsoever. He is doing an okay job holding it, of course. Pubbles is playing a decap build rather than a fully aggressive build, so his damage output is not quite there, particularly seeing as the support Guardian isn't really doing much either. So it looks like the Firebrand might be able to make it, but again, top buff secured. This game is just going to tick out very, very quickly thanks to the double point gain of that buff. And yeah, the Scourges are just going to be too slow to actually resecure these nodes in time to win this game. And that is the end of that. There it is. Garkos wins. Garkos is a huge gamer. What are the red swords? Taunt. Taunt. If you get like red swords over your head, that is the signifier for taunt. Wait, this game's actually close. Wait, how is this game close? Actually, I am super curious how this is close. But hey, well, very well played here to the red team, I presume. Actually, they're doing some work. So they are going to lose the game eventually, though, as we do see now the top buff with a double cap being secured. 4 points every 2 seconds now here for the blue team. But very surprised, maybe a little bit of a warm-up game here for the Turbo Dogs, Turbo Gang. Right. Yes, guys, Brazil. He is suffering from ping. Okay, he is suffering from ping issues. Okay, it's it's unfortunate stuff. It really is. Okay, it's going to be Worms versus God of Slayer finals. It's a possibility. I think the, you know, there's a lot of strong teams here. The Zan team can make it a final potentially. Of course, also Lakers very likely to be there. Serial Killers are also a very high candidate, I think, for finals. And, of course, for the final team that I think is going to be in. Although, honestly, dude, look, I think there are actually really good teams here. We have Quarantine Crusaders, Zan team, Boys team, Boys for Pain team, Lakers, Serial Killers. I think we actually have 5 beast mode teams. Okay, in this AT, 5 extremely good teams, and it will be very curious to see how it turns out. I think the top 4 is absolutely not set in stone, and I don't think the finals are set in stone either, actually. I think you could very easily see any 5 of those teams, any combination of 2, of course, make it to the finals. Like the Quarantine Crusaders, guys, you've got to look at this, like you really do. Like Quarantine Crusaders, they are a team that, in my opinion, have like pop-off moments, right? They have like these really, you know, when they've got really good synergy, they're really good friends with each other. A lot of the guys in Quarantine Crusaders, they know each other for a long time in the game. I think they can actually pop off. We've seen them do that. They've been finals in Monthly AT before. Okay, and you know, defeating very, very powerful rosters themselves, then going very deep into the ATs, into of course also the Tournament of Legends. I think it's very, very possible that we see a repeat there. I wouldn't write off any of these teams actually. Hey, Zix, thanks for the Prime, man. 3 days for tidal wave of fun. Oh yeah, we won't make it out of Swiss. No, don't say that, Blab. That will be very uninteresting. That would not be exciting. Yeah, blue team will win here. There we go. There's the cap, and that's going to end the game, though. Hello, Leighton. How you doing? Quarantine Crusaders. That's basically Andreas, Feifei, Sari, Cole, and... Wait, who was the 5th? Who was the 5th on Quarantine Crusaders? I don't fucking know, okay? It's a gamer. It's a gamer, at least. Okay, yes. Wait, no. No, he's on this team. That's not him, actually. Belzdar. Yes, of course, Belzadar. Wait, what the hell is this? What the hell is going on here, guys? Off Dream versus Off White? Dude, is Bazil playing on 2 accounts? Bazil off parenthesis. Maybe kicking in. Let's go and take a look at who Lakers are playing with. I imagine it is the full-on roster. And, yep, it is. Yep, here we go. We have Goku here on Support Guardian. Draza will be playing Thief, I believe. It looks like Esprit is on Scourge, by the looks of that. Oh, and actually, or maybe. We'll see what he relogs to here. Ort implies Can. Right, this is Frey. Actually, it looks like Esprit is going to be playing Prot Hollow here. Frey is going to be on Scourge. And then finally, Azaz on Revenant. Either be a Herald or, of course, a Renegade. So here we go. We actually have Core Necromancer for Frey. Esprit here on Prot Hollow. Draza on the Thief. Goku there. Everything back to normal in its correct place. This is like they are the reigning champions for the monthly AT. They win the monthly AT very, very often right now. They dominate EU. Let's see if they can replicate it again, guys. Let's see if they can pop it off. Let's see if they can pump it. This is a very, very strong roster, and realistically, red team will not be able to resist, so we'll go and look at another game. This will be very one-sided indeed in favor of the Lakers. As Amulet Rune, I believe it will be Berserker with Divinity. All right, so what have we actually got here, guys? What have we got here? We have Off Dream, but this is Team Off White. So yeah, this is what is going on here, guys? Okay, like what is this team? So we actually have actually a strong one. We have this is Holy Beardman here, Maya, Saru, Lacrathus here, and then Dodge. Okay, Duskite, okay, something like that. Here he is. He is dodging on the Necromancer. Oh, minions, Minion God, Minion Overlord here. For the blue team. So, got a very obnoxious team fighting composition there with the double Scourge. Thief to keep rotating, and then the Minion Monster is going to jewel some stuff, and the Guardian will run around supporting. No sword, actually, going with the Mace instead. So, a little bit of a different thing there. But now we actually have Bazil play the support Guardian here, guys. Sakai, of course, on nades. Zirid for dueling purposes. The Renegade here from... And then, of course, the Scourge filling out the roster here with Trail of Anguish, World of Corruption, and Corrosive Poison Cloud. So... this will be an interesting one. Corrosive Poison Guard, maybe not the best choice here, actually, into like the double Scourge. There's no real projectile annoyances here. I guess there's a Lich from the minion monster, but this is going to be like mostly taking jewels anyway, not in the team fights. But we'll see how this goes. Composition is good for both teams. I will say that the additional rotational power of red, I think, will actually give them the edge here in terms of composition here. But of course, this will come down to execution here, I believe. Yeah, triple necro is you can definitely play that, guys. Like, you can play that comp and it will work. Although I'm not a huge fan of it. I think you're probably a little bit too slow if you go with this. Is Draza? No. No pain in Monthly AT? Yeah, they're here. I don't know what... Let's see. Where are serial killers? Yeah, here they are. This is serial killers. Their matches, I don't know who this is, though. This will be very one-sided for serial killers. Where is the Boyce team? That's what I want to know. Like, what is the Boyce team entered as? I have to kind of, like, lock that down where they end up going. Because that could be a very juicy one. Isn't that the NA comp? Double Scourge, Minion Monster, Necro, Guard Thief. Yeah, that's what we saw on NA, in the NA finals. No one is streaming right now. Sag, no, I'm afraid you're stuck with me, okay? You're stuck with me. Boys is with Pain. Yeah, I know he's with Pain, but I don't know what team they're entered as, right? Or they just entered as Pain? Because I actually don't see them right now. They must have, like, a team name or something like that. A team name. It must be one of these. Okay, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? But anyway, let's leave it. Oh, actually, Vernick already goes down here. There should be a res. There will be a revive now, but that's a very good start there for the red team. Already burning that revival. However, Bazil just gets caught. Immediately shut down. Like, good CC there, locking down Bazil. Is the stomp going to come down? Is there going to be a transition res? No, there is not, actually. And the team fight decisively now going to go towards the blue team there. Losing the support guard is going to be pretty much the end of the road there. Sakaya now pushing over towards here, going on to the Bazaar here. We'll find the decap, but Saru and Maya are on their way to contest into that. However, let's see if Sakai can escape it. Ooh, interrupt there actually will deny a lot of that value. And looks like he is going to have a very hard time in actually surviving it. The Thief is on the hunt looking for that kill. And red team definitely found themselves in a pretty bad situation there. Bazil is now back and the minion mods are having to hold off 1v3 here for a while. So red team probably over-rotating a little bit there towards the Bazaar. Kind of losing a lot of the advantage they actually had. They had like a big map momentum advantage there, but they kind of threw it by going all the way over to the Bazaar there. Of course, they will now reinitiate the team fight. If they're able to just replicate their previous team fight victory, it's going to be fantastic. Well, let's see if they can do that right now. They're going to go for it. Here we go. The fight will begin to rage. Of course, the double Scourge of blue team will be very favorable in a 5v5. Of course, the minion monster of the red team, honestly not great here. It won't work that well in the team fight, and I think that's why I don't think red team should really be committing to this too hard. They need to try and play the map here a little bit more. Fourth rotation. They could really use a thief here, I think. Like, not having a thief, I think, is really bad for red. Because they aren't... Yeah, I mean... I know I said that red team has the better comp, but actually, I disagree. There's no thief on it, right? You know, the lack of thief is really screwing the red team over here because they just aren't able to rotate very well, and they aren't also able to team fight very effectively because they're just going to lose. Well, they are doing a good job of stalling it so far. And the minion monster will slowly lose value over time, but the double Scourge will pretty much make it so that they can't really get any kills. They just don't have the damage to punch through here. I think they've got to look to try and play 3, like get value out of the Ranger, force the third node, stall the Bell out, and just troll the blue team. And now we are seeing them start to do that, which is exactly what they do need to do here as well. Now we do see zeroed in a 1v2 into Maya and Saru. If he can hold this, it's amazing, but he absolutely cannot. He is eliminated there. Gets taken out there. The Thief damage is too much. The Stomp's going to come down there. The Bell is up, and that's a player advantage right now in favor of red. Blue rather, but actually they do actually find a kill. Wow, yeah, the minion monster can't hold off, and that will be a stomp out there, so that's a kill for a kill there. Of course, nodes go in favor right now of red team, at least temporarily. Of course, there will be a cap coming through. In fact, the Necromon's at Saru. He thinks he can't stay here. I actually think that's quite a smart decision. He knows that his team will not be able to hold this in a 2v3 for very long, particularly seeing as it's a thief and a core guard. That's no good. He actually doesn't go for the full cap here, and instead pushes for the Bell. I think that's smart here from the blue Scourge. He's able to lock this down and begin the fight. Of course, the Scourge guard 2v2 will be very, very powerful. Maya also looking to maybe help here, but she's also incredibly pressured. Needs to completely restain there. Oh, wait, what was that no-scope, actually? Wow, that was a big no-scope. Might get revived here, but it's going to be difficult. The Signet's going to come out. There it is. Great Signet there from the Guardian of the blue team. Blue team now grabbing the Bazaar. And there we go. Boyce versus Zan team. Oh, really? What team? What match is it, guys? And I'll have a look at it, right? I will have a look at it. But anyway, The team fight now commences here for the Bell. Bell, of course, will be very, very important indeed here. This is going to be an absolutely key thing. Okay, 25 points for the first one, then 25 extra for every Bell captured after that. So it's extremely important that these teams fight over this objective and deny it to their opponents. However, the team fight does appear to be very, very stale. Right, okay, this is not really going anywhere anytime soon. It is very, very slow, right? And that's causing a lot of problems for both teams. And it looks like we are starting to see red team actually disengage. I actually like this from red. Like, I think red should be disengaged. And you always say that they did find the decut there. And now maybe with Zero, he actually might be able to actually win the 1v1 into the Scourge. Oh, I think it's going to take such a long time, though. I'm not sure if he can really kill that. It's going to take 10 billion years to actually get the job done there, guys. Oh, and actually red team end up collapsing here. Like, they maybe potentially tried to play the map a little bit too much. Could this potentially get res here? Brazil is in the downside. Can they get this res here? They're going to look for it. Can they find it? The Stomp is good, though, I think. And the Cleave is better, and that will be the end for Brazil. Oh, wait, you know, he tries to go for the silver. No, it does not happen. This might be the blue team winning the Bell, although they are continuously stalling it right now. Thanks to this Scourge putting in some good work. Oh, a very interesting build. Going with Consume Conditions instead of the Barry Heal. Very curious there. That's a very nice win there, but they actually did stall it. Oh, actually, no. Oh, no, that's so bad. Because the next Bell spawns in 20 seconds. Oh, this is going to be a double Bell, I believe, for the blue team. Because this guy can stay here and just wait for the next Bell. He should realize this. Does he realize it? Oh, no. He does not realize. He doesn't know. Well, never mind. He will know very, very shortly. Oh, no. Team. No. Oh, he knows now, but it's too late. Oh, how incredibly unfortunate. That is not what you want to see. Maya does make it there, but I think now the Renegade will be able to make it there in time to actually spectate that, to actually to kind of delay the fight here for a good amount of time. But yeah, I think blue team might win this just on the back of having the better team fight here. Like the double Scourge definitely paying off here, putting in some serious work. Right, look, go on, guys. Where is it? Where's the fucking game? Okay, like where is the Boyce versus Pain game? Like which one is it? Like they don't use their actual names. Okay, High versus Tick. All right, here we go. I'm going in. All right, take a look here. Ooh, it's High, okay? It is Fly, I presume, on the guard. It is Pain on the Thief. It is Tramadax on the Prot Hollow. It is Ajax is a Furry, which is true, but that's true. It's Boyce on the Power Herald, and then Tinrog, a.k.a. Gornet backwards on the Scourge. And again, a strong team here as well. It's Zan, Hate, Pain, Sad, winner POV from Floody. Oh, dude. Ultranum versus Ultranum Betrayal. Floody, of course, leader of the Breach Boys, and Ultranum, she faces off against his team, Fly and Gornet. Looks like red team with a pretty big lead, though, right now. Blue team, rather, with a very big lead. We actually do see red team get a double cap right now, and Ladrality just going for this 1v1 into Gornet. That can't really go anywhere, though. I think, yeah, the Scourge needs to leave and push the team fight. I think this Bell is actually incredibly important. Like, this is still a very close game. Like, whoever wins this Bell, I think, is going to find themselves in a very, very big advantage in this game. Oh, but Floody goes down. That actually might be game over. They have to res that, I think. They have to. Yeah, Zan knows it. Goes for the S-res. They're handling it. Very nice res. Transfusion. Yep, they get it. Yeah, that was a really key res. That was game over if they lost that. Oh, and actually we see Trauma hesitating a bit. Doesn't want to leave. Is scared of the decap. Does leave his team a bit outnumbered here on the Bell. Pain getting some very good value there by getting that decap. But if red could clutch this team fight, that would be massive. Have they won the Bell so far this game? They actually did. This is a 50-point Bell for red team. If they could somehow force this, that would be a huge advantage. Adelanti goes down, but they get him back up there immediately. The team fight looks very good for blue. Blue team handling it very well. Adelanti in a huge amount of trouble here. The engineer, of course, here from winner POV of Floody just kind of like holding down mid, maybe looking for a decap. He sees Tramadex leave, forces Trama to leave that fight there, or at least play a little bit more passively. Oh, hang on, Fly getting heavily pressured here, but we already have Adelanti down. Is there going to be maybe a crazy transfuse? No, there is not. I think with that team fight, oh, hang on, though. We do now see a kill onto Fly. Guardians are just dying left and right. But Gornet, oh, look at that transfusion, Gornet. Is it enough, though? The players catch up. Zan go for the cleave. He brings some massive DPS there. The second pulse of transfuse is big there. They're going for the hand res. Looks like Chilling with the Fish are about to go down here as well. Can they fish? They've got to fish that kill. They have to rally this. The res is good here, I think. They're going to get, no, the stomp. And they get the rally. Can they now stabilize the fight? But no, Chilling with the Fishes is going to go down. And gets absolutely demolished, cleaved out instantaneously. The battle for the Bell is bloody and eternal. Adelanti now moving on over getting into the mix here. He will be able to restabilize this fight. Of course, Fly is actually a little bit behind in this regard, so red team will actually have their support for a while, and blue team will not. Fly is on his way, but actually Gornet does die. This is actually a very, very close game right now. Are we going to see a stomp? We are. There's the stability. Great CC there from Zan. That should be a confirmed kill. It is no Signet, and now all of a sudden red team, they're really fighting this. They get the decap here as well. I love this here. Chilling with the fish. Is he gonna greed? I almost want to see him push Bell, actually. Oh no, I think, yeah, they want this. They want the second node to make sure they have enough points even when they win the Bell, right? They want to force it. Tramonet's coming for the contest. Does he make it? Oh, nice knock. Is it enough? It is enough. Okay. And red team nearly has the Bell. Now we have a 1v1 there. Wow, red team is coming back here. Zan, he does not want to lose this game. Oh my god. Zan demolishes Fly. Oh no. Oh, no, 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 no. Is that over? It may well be. That could be it. That's going to be a confirmed kill onto Fly. Pain and Tram are going to have to somehow bunker this down. Meanwhile, really shitty stale 1v1s. About the ways, 2Camp actually does win the game for red. If they force the Bell, it really is game over. Gornet has actually come back to restabilize, though, actually, with the Scourge. That's going to be very, very good. I don't think the Bell is going to get captured. It's going to come down to node holding here, I believe, actually. If Adelanti, the Scourge here from Red Ladrality, and Zan can bunker this down. Meanwhile, we have Chilling with the Fishes, actually finding a kill maybe onto Boyce here. Chilling with the Fishes, nearly actually hunting down Boyce. Boyce having to play very defensively into the grenades here. Can't contest the node just yet. Meanwhile, oh, very smart rotation. And the Bell gets capped! Red actually get it! They actually got the Bell there. I thought that was going to be stub, but no, they actually find the Bell. Pain has got to decap this. They have to win this node. But Boyce is actually going to die here, I think. He's in so much trouble on the holo. And he does go down. And, oh, yeah, insta-S. S on their big 1v1s from Chilling with the Fishes, taking out Boyce. In the 1v1. I think that's pretty much going to be game over. Yeah, Floody just needs to AFK. He just needs to AFK right here and just do nothing, and then this game is over. Even if they don't manage to cap this node, there's no way that blue team can win with this amount of time left on, with only 18 points to go. Wow, crazy comeback here from the Zan team, finding some massive damage, some massive kills. Here's the winner POV, guys. Ajax in the chat now. Ajax is a furry confirmed. Wow. Who's Chilling with the Fishes? I believe this is Sage Splitter. Okay, I believe. I actually don't know who the Scourge is, but this is obviously Adelanti. You guys know who Adelanti is. Floody, Numb Gaming. Right, so it's Numb versus Numb there. And then Chilling with the Fishes, I believe, is Sage Splitter. Then Zan is Zan. So there you go. No Zan, no win, man. That was a big Bell victory. Crazy fight there. Crazy team fight. Yo. Yo. The Scourge in the Hypnotics team is hacking. He ported around the map when we were about to kill him. Nice. Winner POV. Yes, winner POV indeed. Thought Zan was long gone. No, Zan's always around. Zan is all over the place. Ah, yes, it is Jesus. Yes, as he is actually more commonly known, guys. Sage Splitter, a.k.a. Jesus on duty. Dude, this is an insane game. We've got to get back into this Brazil game here. It must be nearly over just on timer, actually. It looks like we may be going to a timer game situation. Red team now just take very narrowly getting ahead. If blue could win the Bell, though, that would certainly change. Wait, there has been a Bell, and it was won by blue, actually. So if blue team win this, they're actually going to massively get themselves ahead. They now have a node apiece, so the lead will actually be shut down here very, very quickly here. Can blue team hold on? There's the Lich there from the Minion Mancer. Can't get much done, though. Blue team capping another node. Actually, oh, Mai doesn't go for it. Instead comes for the help there because the Necromancer is just so slow. Oh, I feel like go. Oh, yeah. Maybe I like the swap here. Minion Mancer trying to go for that cap, but they need some more. They need more than this. Signet. There it is. Good res. But they need this node. Maya, is she going to be able to grab it? No, stealth actually. Oh, but the S will actually do it. And now the thief can leave here. Red actually now will lose the game, actually, I believe. Yeah, they will lose. They need to actually get a decap here. In fact, I think we need to see Maya. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a huge kill. Maya needs to leave, though. They've got to get out of here. Brazil comes through. Can't find it. Wow, what an insane game. They're really big kill onto Sakaya. There's got to be a decap here, but I don't think they can actually do that. Red team, they don't have this thief. They just need to hold on to the Bell. If blue team just bunkers down this, they will actually win this game. Off-white, Bazil off parenthesis, about to fall to off-white team here very, very shortly. Can they somehow hold on? Blue holding. They're now actually ahead. 4-4-3, 4-4-3. There's the 4-4-5. 1 point ahead right now in favor of Blue. Blue about to win the belt as well. That would completely cement their victory by literally winning them the game instantly. Can they do it? Red team trying to desperately hold on, but they've got to get a decap here. They actually are able to find it. Zerod's going to be able to make it here. Can he actually get a full cap? I'm not sure if he has enough time. Oh, it's going to be so close actually. Red holding on for all they're worth here. Red, there it is. There's the decap. Full cap is coming. 40 seconds on the clock, though. Maya's got to get a decap. And yes, she can, actually. She can find it. Saru is down, though, actually. Kills irrelevant here, but yeah, good revival there from Holy Beard Man and the Guardian. Yeah, Maya. Oh, can the Rev make it? Does he have the ability to get there? Oh, no, he can't. Oh, and Zirid, yeah, the Rev just didn't react quite quick enough there. Even though Zirid gets that cap, I don't think it will be enough to win the game anymore. Because, of course, the Rev has been unable to contest here, so the point gain, the point differential will stay the same. Oh, hang on. Hang on, actually. Bell? Holy Beardman contests. He gets knocked, but now the minion mods here. It's 8 seconds left on the clock. There's no way. Bell would win for red, but it's not going to happen, I don't think. There's no way they can cap it. They don't have enough CC to do it, and there it is. That's the end of the game. Blue team wins it. There it is. It's game over, guys. Holy Beardman, Maya, Saru, Dos Tomatos there. Off-white. They destroy. Bazil off parenthesis. Zirid has fallen. Serial killers. I think let's go check out serial killers. Let's see what they've got here. Let's check it out. We bark, but we don't bite. Tick versus Off-White. I think that will actually be, I think that will probably be pretty favored towards Team Tick. Okay. So, we have the red team, the Serial Killers. Blamthrax playing the Fire Weaver and actually going with the Earth Shield. Okay, this is, I believe, to basically kind of provide some value in the team fight, to kind of have a bit of some extra utility in the team fight, to coordinate with your team so you can give it to Stern, right, give it to the Scourge, so they can actually survive using the powerful invulnerability and damage mitigation tools of the Earth Shield, in addition to being a nifty defensive tool yourself as well with that invulnerability. Of course, still a powerful duelist in its own right, dealing out massive damage, big burning, and good evasion capabilities to survive against a +1. Of course, Vibrian, now here as well on the Power Herald here, certainly well known for the Power Herald gameplay here. Indeed, Stern on the support Guardian, Rip on Mirage. Of course, there's the well-known Rip Gamer. He's going to be going about the place here on the map, shattering all over people and blowing them up. And finally, I am Prototype. This is not Prototype, guys. This is actually Allrun, who is filling in for Prototype as he is unable to play with the serial killers today. But here he is on the Scourge, putting in the work, doing the Scourge stuff. Of course, on the blue team, we have Spocker, going to be dueling on the Ranger, Frozen Men, Support Guardian, Garkos, on the Cancer AIDS Lord Scourge, Phantom V on the Mirage to actually match into Rip, and finally Gabacry on the Herald. So actually, very similar compositions. Like the main difference here is the choice of duelist, essentially. We have the red team having the Elementalist, and the blue team having the Ranger. But funnily enough, everything else outside of that is essentially a complete mirror. And honestly, on this map, you might actually find that the duelists probably camp nodes a fair bit, because they're going to be very worried about decaps here. It's mostly going to be like a big old 4v4 brawl on mid, I think. And then, you know, we'll see where it goes from there. Ooh, Frozen getting absolutely battered, though. Now we actually do see the 5v5 about to come through here, actually, very, very shortly, as Blam and, of course, Spock are rotating into the team fight, although Frozen Men really taking heavy pressure. Rip really looking for a big spike onto him. Stern similarly suffering the brunt. This is how these teams are going to go, guys. They're basically, it's going to be which core guard dies first is pretty much going to be the name of the game here. So far, Frozen Men definitely a little bit behind in that regard. Needs some peel there from the team. Garkos trying to sustain there as best he can. For Brian, actually very pressured here too, and Stern is taking fire, but I think Frozen Men is going to go down. Yes, however, that's a nice transfuse, actually. Should be revived. It is revived there, and actually blue team rally that team fight very, very well, holding on. The sustain is good. Frozenman goes to the line, gets a full re-heal. That's going to be fantastic. And now we see the duelists actually duel each other. Spock are pushing into Blam. This could be a very relevant decap, although red team, of course, in that commotion when that revive was going down, they were able to actually secure that node. So even if they aren't able to outright win the team fight, they are still winning the game just off the basis of having that second node. And the pressure is certainly very high here. Oh, is Stern going to fall here, though? Actually, Stern really getting CC'd. He's got nothing left. This may be a kill on the Stern. Is he going to? He is. Of course, the revive now will come through, but the cleave is actually massive. This could be a one-team fight. For Brian in trouble. Is Brian going to fall here, actually? He may well do. He's low. Yes, he does. Wow. Clean team fight here from the red team, actually. They're able to win that. I love this hit by Rip. This is, oh, man. Rip is so good, dude. Like, this is really smart. He immediately just decaps. So even though they did lose the team fight, it's a well played there, of course, to the blue team to win that fight. Fantastic play by them in such a strong team as well. Like, Rip, he immediately nullifies it. He pushes and then goes for this. He's going to get full cap here as well. There's no response. No response from the blue team to Rip literally full capping this node, which is really not what you want to see whatsoever. Ooh, this will be a really big kill onto Allrun. Are they going to find that? It might at least burn the Signet, potentially. But if Allrun dies, that is a catastrophe, actually. He is holding on for a good amount of time, but he's very, very low. Can he get shrouded? Yes, he can. And good sealing there from Sun. Nice port there with the Spectral, too. But yeah, that was really nice there from Rip. Fully securing that node and pushing back into the team fight. Of course, Blam got shoved away. And actually ended up dying there with the momentum there from that one team fight. He'll have to fight on enemy node right now. But again, like Rip getting that decap and capping the node, and blue team not able to secure mid during all that commotion. They didn't get much out of that team fight, right? They're still losing the game. And now we actually have Gabakrai as down state. Could this be revived? Oh, no, it can't. Oh, man. And I think this is like the big thing. The big thing here, guys, is just, I think blue team just got out-rotated. They just didn't handle winning the team fight quite as well as they should have. They didn't get anything out of it. They didn't gain much momentum, and now they're basically back to square one. They're double cap right now in a slightly different direction, and they're having difficulty in the team fight with their Revenant dead. They can't really fight for a while. They're going to maybe look for a regroup here on the waterfall, but Phantom V incredible, though. He's got to get out here, actually. Well, that one burn set giving him a lot of trouble, but he is able to survive, get some more distortion there. The healing is good there from Frozen Men. This could be a slight overextension potentially here from the red team. If they do push too aggressively here, they might end up getting punished for that and dying. Let's see if they do. Okay, they're about to move in right now. Here we go. Definitely Rip looking for a kill once again onto the Herald. Blue team just posturing. Looks like they actually might try and split the map a little bit here. We actually see Phantom V coming in for a plus onto Blam. Will be matched now by Vabrian, so that will be a worthy 2v2. In fact, the blue team getting heavily pressure rate. The damage of that Rev really bringing the pain actually onto the Mirage here almost instantaneously. Phantom V trying to hold off as best as he possibly can, but I think this 2v2 is going to be stabilized, particularly with Rip comes in here as well. This means it's going to be a runaway situation right now for the blue team. They're trying to get out there, but Rip, he is relentless. The distortion is coming through. This should be a kill on the Phantom V. Yes, it is. Good kill there from Rip, and now all of a sudden Spock is in a 3v1, and he is very, very dead. And the Scourge here, Stern and Allrun doing a great job holding this 2v3, actually, and allowing this very aggressive rotation from Red across the map, and that will actually end up being a triple cap now, I believe, actually, as Spocker and Phantom V are going to fall, and Blam will be able to re-establish control over that node very easy, while this node is actually held. Now we do see maybe a decap here, as Stern is incredibly pressured. He may die here. Now that actually is renewed focus. He's actually completely fine, in fact, I think. Yeah, he will be able to hold off there. Nice peel there with the Jade Winds there from Brian as well. Knocks the buzz away, and in fact converts it into a kill. Will it be revived? It actually will. Yeah, good signet there from Frozen Men, of course, but I don't think it's going to be enough. This is pretty brutal. Serial kills, I think, now they had a bit of a rough team fight at the start, but I think they've established control over this game, and I think from here on out, it will probably be entirely their game. Well played there to both teams there, but I think certainly blue team deserves some credit for really popping off there and pushing some big value there. I love to see that, guys. I really, really do indeed. Let's check out Team Wicked Gar. Right, okay, they are winning, so we're going to go speak to a doctor or something like this. Okay, wait, what the hell is this even? Wait, what, that nice feet? Oh, nice, wow, okay, oh yeah, ooh. Okay, anyway, so we have Fake Syndrana. Okay. Giga Sith. Mises. Okay, Drake. And Mist's Legend for Team Gar. Tick versus Off-White, let's go. Yeah, we'll go and take a look at that, but I think it will be... It's going to be pretty favored towards Team Tick, I'd say. Although, having said that, they aren't having an easy time. And I think that is where this... I think this is where this triple Necro comp can really come into its own. Because the blue team, they just can't team fight that. There's no way they can team fight this, right? Like, with a double Scourge, these hollows are useless. Right? All these hollows, like, Zan may be Zan, and he's obviously going to fully activate during these games, okay? But realistically, Corrosive Poison Cloud counters Zan, right? Okay, it just ends Zan's whole career, right? You put the CPC down, and all of a sudden, the nades, they do nothing. And there's going to be too much barrier and too much weakness application, too much blind and CC for these Holosmiths to really break through. We need to see a 3-node play here from the blue team. We actually do now see that with Zan and Sage, but looking for this kill. Elixir S-Stomp guarantees it. Oh, actually, wait, no. Oh, nice stealth there, actually. They're going to have to cleave this out. They should be able to, though, I think. Oh, actually, no. The Signet comes through. Oh, and Zan dies. Oh, no. That is an absolute catastrophe there, actually, with Zan being confirmed dead, Sageblood out, and the Minion Monster surviving. That is actually extraordinarily bad for the blue team. Now, of course, the blue team did force a lot of rotation there. Like, you can see that the red team kind of all moved over here, right, to try and actually counter this. And now that's actually given enough time for Adelanti and Ladrality to get over here to stabilize this fight there with the Horsemith there. And actually, with Floody still holding on there, this actually has worked out there, but certainly not a good turn of events. Looks like Holy Beam will be able to grab mid, and that's going to prompt Flay to play more defensively there and just basically just wait and maybe contest the middle there to kind of deny this rotation. Because what Flay can... Yeah, this is really good. See this, guys? This is actually really annoying. This is like what a good side note it does. You can see what the Flay knows that he's doing. See what he does here, guys. The second that he sees Holy Beardman start to leave, he pushes. Right, this means that they only have one Scourge in the fight, and now this fight is great for blue. Like, blue is all of a sudden going to have way too much damage for red team to handle, and they're going to end up winning this fight. It actually ends up forcing a rotation from the Minion Monster back towards mid. Very annoying play, even though he knows he can't really decap. He can't decap the Scourge there super effectively with the Prot Hollow. It's just, you know, this node's too big, right? The Scourge is going to run around in circles. He can't really do that. He forced the Scourge to stay here, denying it from rotating into the team fight. So very nice play there, actually, by Floody. Like, a simple rotation, but a very powerful one. That is what you need to do as a side note, guys. Okay? And then, of course, they actually were able to actually secure a kill here. So now see Saru respawn, and therefore you generate this map advantage from that. Very, very good indeed. No, it's probably, Revenant Rune here, actually, is still being used by Sageblood and Zan, I believe. Let's go take a look. Yeah, it is still the Revenant Rune, so even though it doesn't give you immunity to condition damage, it does still give you immunity to immobilize, to, you know, chill, cripple, weakness, blind, all that kind of stuff. So it does still bring some value in that form of that rune there. So, of course, you do sometimes see, you know, like Divinity Rune, right? Like, it's a very common pick. I think you see it fairly often. You see it fairly often on stuff like Herald Divinity Rune, just for more health and more stats here. But this Revenant Rune, certainly good for kind of mitigating any kind of soft crowd control that your opponents will be bringing there to the table, guys. No, it's not. No, guys, this is still Swiss, guys. It is still Swiss. It's not finals, it's Swiss. Yeah, blue team, no. Yeah, honestly, you know what's weird, guys? Okay, look, I am not joking here. This is honestly a side node meta, right? Like, this is a very side node oriented meta, in my opinion. Floody doing that one rotation actually caught... I am not joking, guys. Floody doing that actually caused this triple cap. Like, it took a while to happen, but just the very fact that that team fight was basically denied there by the blue team, by the blue team denying that team fight there, with Floody denying the Scourge, that and then that converting into a kill on Desaru, that pretty much caused this map snowball state to happen there. And this is kind of like how unforgiving this meta can really be. It's a very unforgiving meta. If you make even a single rotational error, you can almost instantly lose the game because of how slow-paced the meta is, right? And now, yeah, red kind of trying to play the map, but they can't really do it, and Zan just barreling down onto the support god. That should be a kill. It is. Might be resable. There's no S, I believe, for Zan, so he can't go for a cheeky stomp there. He's trying to bring the CC, but it is going to get revived. But Adelanti, the Scourge, and Zan holding on very well here. Of course, they probably are going to have to concede the node eventually because they are actually outnumbered currently. But the Scourge and Adelanti are doing a great job of actually peeling here. But actually, no, the Scourge is going to die. Is there a revival? There actually is. It should come through. No, Fear denies it, and Ladrati does get stomped out there, but I don't think that really matters at this point. Like, blue team is so far ahead, and it's going to take a long time to actually clean this fight, because, yeah, Adelanti isn't dead. Only one player from blue actually died here. Like, Zan is still running around in circles, going crazy. Meanwhile, we actually have the Horseman here from Sage Splitter, and, of course, Floody to hold the remaining two nodes. I'm not sure if red can really actually break through this. I don't think they can break through in time to actually generate anything off that kill. Of course, they are going to get the decap here, but again, they're still a fair way behind. Oh, that's good, actually. They actually did manage to kill Sage Splitter. There might be a Signet available here as well, actually. Let's see if he goes for it. He gets stealthed. They're going to go for a hand res. It looks like the Scourge blood res might be good enough here, actually. Oh, it's close. No, there's... Oh, Signet steal. Hang on. Steal denies that. This is actually pretty scary. If they need to get this. Do they get it? No, interrupted again on that revival. Now the hand res. Yeah, the knockback there is good on the hand res, and there we go. They do eventually get that revival. Now red team getting back into this. Now they have that second node. But red, they're definitely on a knife edge right now. They need to hold this map. So if they lose even a single player here, this could spiral out of control incredibly badly here. Who is the Scourge? I actually don't know who this Scourge is. It is Ladrality. Let me get some more barrier. Yeah, you want some more barrier, guys? A bit. Any barrier enjoyers in the chat, guys? a team fight is going to start going crazy. The double Scourge here of red definitely helps them out in this situation a lot. And I think I want to see what we see again. Yeah, and we do. Zan knows what he's got to do here. Like, this is, okay, this is big. Oh, it's Dra's. Oh, okay, Dra. Okay. This is exactly what we need to see here. Zan immediately tries to split the map. He's going to start playing 3 instantaneously. Now, he has to 1v1 into Minion Monster, but now he's going to bring Sage Splitter here as well. Obviously, the 1v1 will be very annoying for him, but a 2v2, now we're talking, right? That's going to be much better here for the double holo. Now, that actually forces Sari to lead, but it's too late. The damage is insane from the dynamic duo of Grenade Engineers. That's a confirmed kill, and this is how blue team wins. Okay, they can't really head-on fight their opponents, but they can out-rotate, and I think Maya needs to maybe be a little bit more on the ball with making sure this doesn't happen, right? They need to make sure that they don't leave this Minion Monster alone for too long, because Minion Monster, it can certainly hold on. It can certainly hold on pretty well in a 1v1, but in a 1v2, it will die very, very quickly. The DPS, the damage absorption it has is limited. It can't survive infinitely, though, guys. It really, really can't. No, it's not Prototype, guys. Prototype would be playing with serial killers. Corail, okay, or whatever that is in French, is basically Prototype's name. Okay, but this is not Prototype. This is someone else. Okay, it is someone else. It is Dra, apparently. Okay, but yes, Prototype plays with Blamtrax's team, but not today because he couldn't make it. But unfortunate stuff, but there you have it. But they have Olrun from NA, all the way from NA. A worthy replacement. But yeah, this should be the win here for blue. Let's just see Floody. This 1v1 into the Scourge. This is not very good for the Scourge whatsoever. They kind of know they have to decap it, but they also know that they can't. The Minion Monster trying to get away. Is he going to die? No, he is not. Gets to the safety of the base. But the trouble is, look at those nodes ticking away. This is going to be a clear victory for the Zan team. Okay, the Zan team will achieve victory here. Okay, Team TikTok will now TikTok their way into the next Swiss round. Do you need to be in the Mr. Spectator? You have to be an ArenaNet partner. Okay, well, that's the end of this game. Let's see if there's anything else going on, because blue team wins. Spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert. Looks like this round is actually pretty much done. Yeah, I don't really see much else going on. Yeah, nothing really happening. Lord was scored in that game. Serial Killers did end up winning, as expected. This game is over here. That game is also over. We just can't see it because Swiss is being a bit weird. Yeah, this actually, I believe, is the slowest game. Yeah, this is actually the slowest game, and when this game ends, the round will go over there. Oh, you've got to try and build PvP up a bit, guys, although, to be honest, I think the current meta is... Oh, actually, no, it is a 6. Okay, nice. It is 6 round. Okay, nice. I was really worried because it said 5 rounds before, but it is actually back up to 6 rounds. Because, fun fact, guys, the last monthly ATO in EU was the first and only 5-round monthly ever. The only time there's ever been a 5-round monthly was last month, but it is actually going to be 6 rounds here today as well. Here we go. Ah, Kylo. Very, very interesting, my friends. Very interesting. Gar is always a team to look at. I mean, look, I can't look at my favorite team all the time, Team Gar. But anyway, here we go. On the red team, this is going to be the Serial Killers. Serial Killer Gamers. Wait, Stern is already ERPing in voice chat? Ooh, Stern don't RP? Wait, Stern is RPing? Honestly, I like it, guys. I love to see it. Anyway. Wait, what the hell? Wait, Stern, you can ERP as your dog if you wanna. What the hell is going on here, guys? Okay, wait, as our dog. Wait, what the fuck is going on here? Okay, Feifei and Andres starting a family, getting like a pet dog or something like that. Okay, what the hell is going on here? And the pet dog is Stern the entire time. Anyway, guys, let's leap into this. Here we go. Blam on the Weaver, the Brian Power Herald here. And let's see, the rune is Divinity. Yeah, that's what I see used a lot on Rev right now. Why even exist? Stern, support Guardian. Definitely Rip. It is indeed definitely him on Mirage. And definitely not Prototype. Olrun on Scourge. Facing off against the lethality that is Feifei on the Scourge. Running actually Fleshworm and Spectral with Well of Darkness. Belzadar on... Ooh, wait, what is this actually? This is... wait. Oh, Condi. Wait, I think the legends are actually bugged right now. Yeah, he's actually on Condi Herald right now. It's just bugged, and the spectate's being weird. So Condi Herald here from Belstar, really trying to muscle that team fight. And I actually like this pick here from Belstar, actually. I think this will definitely help out here. This is going to apply so much pressure in this team fight, particularly like really screwing over the Mirage, screwing over the Guardian, and even the Herald here from Run. I like that pick from Belstar. I do indeed. Curl, of course, on the Ranger. Base Ranger, not the decap, just going for a bit more punch here instead. Andreas on support Guardian here. And finally, why even think? Sorry. On the Thief here as well. Thanks to the raid there, to Rage Assassin, to Final, and also, by the way, there was a host. Who did the host? Who was it? Glee-Eyed Raven. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's leap into this game right now. Ooh, and Stern is going to get taken out there. Quarantine because they're looking for that kill. Can Olrun find that res? I don't think he can actually. And Brian falls too. So yeah, big team fight, huge team fight. Loving that team fight here from the blue team actually. Securing that is fantastic. Quarantine, that's all they got to do, but I guess this is a very team fight-oriented map. This is all, oh, and they actually find Rip as well. Oh, that's a disaster for the serial killers, actually. Blue team going to get the 2-cap, find another kill on Rip, and actually they might even find Olrun. Olrun can't get out here. Oh, that's nearly a full wipe. Only Blam survives. That is really bad. That is a catastrophe for the serial killers. The team fight of Blue, just so strong, and it's a smart play here, I think. I think it's a very smart play from Belstar to go for that Condi Herald. They know it's a small map. They know that rotations are not going to be the end of the world. They know they have a Thief versus no Thief anyway to keep up with the Mirage, right? Just take the team fight, win the team fight, win the game. And I think Blue Team's strategy here is going to work. Right? They already find themselves a massive advantage in the game. And I don't know, like, they can't go. Like, Red Team can't go until Olrun's back. They just have to try and win. They need to try and win the team fight. It's the only way. They need to win this team fight. Otherwise, they will lose the game. A bit of an unfortunate map here for the Red Team. The Red Team has more of a, they're more of a roaming style anyway. I think they kind of prefer that as opposed to the team fight. You know, like having the Mirage, the Power Herald. They don't really want to be going for like these big proper brawls here. But they're going to have to try and make it work. Belstar under fire here, actually getting heavily focused. Needs to get the hell out of there, actually. Where is Andreas? Andreas is here now to sustain him. Yeah, the barrier is good, too. And I think Belstar lives. Ooh, big pull, actually, there, too. Isn't able to connect anything there. Doesn't connect. Not for now, at least. And here we go. The fight's going to rage. It is, of course, on the blue team's node. And once again, it's going to be who dies first loses. And actually, Belstar did take a lot of heat before this actually starting this encounter. So that certainly does give him a bit of a problem there. But actually, Brian having a huge amount of trouble here. Although that aggression there from Belstar might be a little bit over-eager there. He's forced to wriggle away there almost immediately in fear of his own life. Good decap there from Rip. Actually does force Curl to respond to that, and we'll have a temporary outnumber here on middle. But Belstar, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Glint Heal comes there, and he actually has some evasion left over. So even though the focus is very high on him, he's doing a good job surviving. Gets his heal, and he is not done just yet. And in fact, we actually have Brian did get hunted down there as well by Sari. We'll get revived, but again, it wastes time here for Red and Red. They're just slowly getting choked out, right? They are absolutely getting choked out of this game right now. They just can't seem to find a way to break through this team fight. Very strong team fight here from the Quarantine Crusaders. They're trying to break through. They're trying to break the, they're trying to just win this game. There it is, 80 points up, and again, like, Red, they've got to change something up here. Again, they're going to try and do it. They're going to try and push for the third node here. I think that is the way to go here, because they've just been bashing their head into this team fight war, and it hasn't been working. This is exactly what they need to do. Let's see if they can make it work. It won't be easy on this map. It's easy for the blue team to basically respond and actually counter-rotate here to make sure that no decaps happen, but this is probably the best bet here of the red team. They've got to out-rotate here. They need to find an opening somewhere, find a kill, and then snowball the map from there, but it's certainly not going to be easy. Now, this is good here. Once again, it's basically the same thing we see from Blam, right? From Floody. He's going to basically deny this Scourge from rotating away, therefore giving the upper hand to his team in the team fight, as they will have a Scourge and their opponents will not in the fight. However, it does look like the blue team were able to actually repel red team anyway and are pushing them back towards the middle node. Cern, though, should be able to find a decap on this node. And yes, we do now see a kill there onto Feifei, but the revival is good. In fact, a counter kill onto Brian. No revival available. The signal did not come through or any kind of blood res there. So, that's not what they need. Once again, we see the serial killers finding themselves just behind, right? Like, they're down a player, now down a second player. Their Scourge dies just as Brian comes back to life. They're going to be 4v5 for such a long time. Once again, Rip putting in some work here, actually neutralizing this node. That is going to deny any kind of point gain from blue team for a temporary amount of time while his team is still maintaining control over this node here. Blam able to deny the decap here from the Thief of Sari. So that is definitely a good thing. And for Brian and Stern, they are really going for it. They are holding their line here for all it's worth on mid, denying any points there. Blue team, though, once again with Cole, able to reestablish control over the mansion. While the team fight once again brews on middle. Everyone from blue now back to life, going for the push towards middle. Here we go. Let's see how this one is going to end up here. Of course, we now see Andreas continuing to support it, keeping Feifei alive, the anchor of this team fight here, the Scourge Guardian. And now who's the target? Looks like Stern, yeah, not a surprise. Oh, that damage from the Thief. And Stern falls. I think he's in a weird spot. Does actually get transfused. That was a nice transfuse there, forcing that drop down. So Stern dying in a good place, actually, so that the Scourge can get that clean revival. So he does live for now. But again, how long is he? Oh my god. Condi Herald, by the way, guys. CondiHerald.avi. A lot of fun for that Guardian to play against, guys. Just so much overload there. So much overload. No way that Stern can survive that. Gets completely melted. Rip does find a decap, but again, mid belongs to blue. And I mean, this is one of those games. It does look, you know, close, but it kind of isn't, because it's just a standard 2-node play. Like, blue team, they don't really care about the windmill. They just win the team fight all day, all night, and they just win the game of that. And red just can't get into this. I hope we see a rematch of this, maybe on a different map, because this map is really screwing over, really screwing over red team. Although, to be fair, you have to give credit here to blue. This is a very intelligent swap by Belsdar. I really think that the Condi Rev is really good here. Okay, the Condi here will be trash on Torment Changers, they said. Yeah, people did say that, okay, but they were wrong. I didn't say that. I said that, I did think that Condi Necro was going to be a fair bit weaker, but I guess I was wrong about that. But Condi Arab, man, it's just such a big pump, dude, okay? It's an Omega pumper. Okay, but there you go. That is the end of that. This game will kind of just be slow and agonizing for the red team at this point, okay? Slow and agonizing. Unfortunate stuff. Very unfortunate stuff indeed. You hate to see it. But I think this is definitely a go next situation. It's a nice decap here, actually. Nice decap there from Sari. It's going to waste some time for Blam at a time where there is no time to be wasted. But blue team will just slowly but surely win this game. They just can't break through the nut. Why are they not changing their comp to better suit the map? Because a lot of players only play one thing. I don't know if Vibran... I'm sure Vibran could play Condi Herald if he wanted to. Maybe he's not as familiar with the build. But he could play Renegade at the very least, or Riddle or something else. But he probably just wants to play Herald because he likes Herald, of course. But yeah, I'm sure that, he'd be more than capable of playing something. But yeah, they just may not be able to swap. Rip is a Mesmer player. He only really plays Mesmer. Blam plays Weaver. Although that's not super relevant here. Like, the Duelist hasn't been super relevant here. Stern, obviously, you want to have the Core Guard and the Scourge. The only difference here is basically Thief versus Mez. Like, Thief is probably going to... Well, honestly, Mez is fine. I think the only thing that's important here is that the Power Herald... It can't work into this. Like, Power Herald is just going to get shut down so hard in this compared to the Condi Herald, which is basically running rampant and farming the entire enemy team. Like, the real key decision here was Belzadar going for the Condi Herald, and that just, like, made their team fight disgusting. Right, absolutely insane, and you can see just the amount of AoE pressure he's able to put out while being very durable and like a proper brawler is just providing a huge amount of value here to the Quarantine Crusaders, and is going to lead to winning the game. Of course, they played well, right? They played really well too. It's not like, oh, he played Condi Rev, so they insta-won the game. They also played very well. They executed their team fight cleanly. They were focusing down targets, securing kills very, very well, and denying value from the Mirage in particular. So they did a good job here, but I definitely think that it was a very intelligent decision to go with this Condi Herald because just the team fight was just so hard. And Red Team couldn't find a way to play 3 here. Like, they're trying to do it now, but it's a little bit late for that, to be honest. I mean, like, one node actually wins for Blue, so if Blue want, they can actually just, like, AFK on mid and they will win the game. Olrun also falls in, and if that guy actually dies, then it's over. They need to res that. They do get that res, which is something, but he's still under a very, very high amount of pressure. We'll be able to get a Shroud off very, very soon to help himself survive quite nicely, but it's going to be difficult. But yeah, Quarantine Crusaders, they are about to take victory over the serial killers here. on the battle for Kylo. Cole Summers here, about to get this recap here on the mansion. Stern and Brian looking to try and push this in, but again, this is very, very stale, right? This is not really going anywhere. It's going to be neutral forever. Meanwhile, Blam does unfortunately suffer the decap of the Thief, the embrace of the Thief once again, and the team fight is collapsing on mid as it is now outnumbered and there's no Guardian to support the Scourge, and Allrun's going to die. That really is the end of that. 5 points is relevant here. I don't think there's anything that can be done anymore, unfortunately, by the red team. They are dead. Oh, Allrun near... Wait, are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Dude, Allrun downstate decaps mid. It's not over yet, boys, apparently. It's not over. However, we do have some very awkward rotations here, as Stern is going to be 1v1 into a Ranger, which he will die into very, very quickly, because Ranger does a lot of damage, and Guardian does not, right? And yeah, that's about it. There's my high-level analysis on that. Allrun dies. Ripper's about to fall. It's all on mid. And again, all these 5 points, right? Even the 5 points there, it's just closer and closer to victory, right? Like, they only need 17 to win. Each kill is going to be 5 points. And Blam can't make it to contest either. And that is going to be the end of the game. Mid has now been capped. Even though the UI isn't showing it, is now showing it. And there we go. That is going to be victory. Quarantine Crusaders. I told you. Did I not tell you? Did I not tell you? Okay, that you should not underestimate the Quarantine Crusaders. They are certainly an extremely powerful team, and they show that here by actually getting a victory over a powerful team. Oh my god. Dude, look at that. Look how depressing that is. That is what AFKing close, getting decapped, and then not winning any fights looks like, guys. Okay, no kills. Right, like, holy shit. That is just depressing. Wait, was that actually a 0-kill game? Oh, yeah. Oh, they didn't get top... Oh! They didn't get top kills because no one got any kills. Oh, that's not good. Okay, yeah. Okay, anyway, here we go. Initiate the game. Initiate gameplay here. It is, on the red team, on Skyhammer. It's going to be Fly on support Guardian. Pain on the Thief. Going with Smokescreen and Shadow Portal there for extra speed about the map. Tramanax on Holosmith. We have Boyce on the Herald here. And Gornet on the Scourge on the blue team. It is going to be Goku, Draza. Ooh, wow. Draza going to play Warrior, actually. Interesting. So Draza going to be the side noder here, actually, on Warrior into the Prot Holo. The Big Worm, Esprit, Worm's leader, of course, here on Scourge. We have Frey on Thief, but with a different loadout here, with the Blinding Powder and Shadow Step, instead of the different option here with Shadow Portal and Smokescreen for Pain here. Shadow Step there, of course, being used as the essential skill, but, of course, we have Signet of Agility also on Frey. And then finally, Azaz on the Renegade, forgetting to equip his second legend. Oh, no. Somebody'd better tell him about that, but oh, wait, never mind. It's just the Spectate UI being bugged out. Here we go on the scammer, on the Skyhammer. The battle initiates. The content initiates. Here we go. This could be a very slow game. I'm not going to lie. And actually, Draza immediately actually pushes into Trammer for the 1v1 here. That does leave, of course, point A very open. And now, in fact, Boyce just sneakily grabs that node before moving back here. But that does lead to the death of Fly. And Azaz, Goku, and Esprit grab mid off that and find that kill. Now, Draza in a bit of trouble here. Is under heavy pressure, under heavy fire there from Tramanax and Pain, but is able to actually make a survival. Now, what is blue team, though? What are the Lakers going to do about point A? They have no response to that right now. Draza does survive, but it is actually still a 2-cap. Also, they're going to focus on actually planting Draza here on point C, actually making that node their own, and then worry about that lake. Also, they may be saying the Thief there now, but actually, the Thief may actually have to go to mid to help Esprit right now, who's currently in a 1v1 into Pain. Could potentially be damaged there by Boyce as well. Although, actually, now we do see Frey go for the Zego, but Boyce is able to make it there and respond to that, holding that node. Meanwhile, Draza is now going to be free to 1v1 into Tramanax here on the Warrior. Let's see if it's going to work here. So he's got to try and find that decap. Of course, point A did get forced here by the Lakers. Azaz comes in there, forces the issue. Goku going to do the same thing here as well. But now, look at that Shadow Portal! Shadow Portal, and it's free mid for Pain. Right, and this is, again, look at this. This is how Thief is so good. Now, look how horrible this is, guys. No Scourge in the team fight for Lakers. And a decap. Horrible situation for the Lakers right now. They can't fight this. There's no way they can fight this. There's too much damage. There's too much support. They've got to disengage. They've got to find something out here. How is Draza doing in this 1v1? Again, it's a very slow 1v1 here with the Warrior. It's taking about 10,000 years, but we do actually see a kill on Pain on mid. As Frey and Esprit were able to lock that down. That is a really big kill. Pain certainly did not want to die that way. Does he actually make it to the node? Oh, he actually doesn't quite make it to the node. That would have been a really nice, annoying move there to annoy Esprit, but it's not going to happen. But then again, this fight, guys, it was bad because there was no Scourge. So, and of course, outnumbered a little bit there. So we actually do see a kill onto Azaz. But the revive, very nice support there by Goku. So that was a very good, profitable 2v3 hold there by Goku and Azaz. However, they need a bit more than this. They're looking for the kill on the Trama now. Draza nearly has the node. That would be a big pickup if they could find it. Then they'd have the 2-code advantage. The CC's got on Trama. Actually, Trama in trouble. The execute is big. Can that F1 find it? No, he gets the shield block. Trama's in a world of pain here. Actually, is he going to get at it? Does get his heal skill off. Has the protection filled up very, very shortly. Fly arrives there, but I believe that will yield the node to the Lakers. Yes, it absolutely does. Draza retreats to the node and is now able to hold it. And the 1v1. Scourge is going to start 1v1ing each other here. On the Skyhammer. Very exciting there. They have both having a great time. The best they can do is maybe try and fear each other off the node, but that's not really going to work. I'm not going to lie, guys. It's going to be very, very difficult. Pain thinking about going for the hammer. Maybe. Let's see if he wants to go for mid instead. Yeah, he's just going to stealth up there with smoke screen and then move elsewhere. Meanwhile, Fly pushing in here to support Tramadax here in the 1v2 into Azaz. But again, the Lakers going to have this locked down now. Like, this is a little bit scary. Now, of course, the Spree is 1v2. Into Gornet and Pain, but Goku, of course, was on mid, immediately able to respond. Man, these Shadow Balls are nice from Pain, though. Draza gets bamboozled a little bit there. Doesn't see the portal, and Pain immediately gets the decap there. Of course, Draza does now respond. We'll be able to recapture that node there with that 1v1, but of course, this gives a bit of an opportunity here for Pain to and he finds another decap, man. Pain on Thief is so annoying. Holy shit. This should be reportable, dude. This is griefing, okay? This is griefing. In any case, now we actually have the Skyhammer fight raging, but it'll be very slow, very stale indeed. I don't really see anything going crazy. Who's Tinrog? Read the name backwards, Rom, okay? Read the name backwards. And you will find out who Tinrog is. Az is in a bit of trouble here, taking incredibly heavy fire. Gets the heal and the taunt there. Support is good there from Esprit as well. Might need the Guardian. Yeah, and yeah, here's Goku. Goku arrives right in the nick of time. Fantastic stuff here. Holding that off there. Can they win this team fight? It's unbelievably close right now. 151 to 147. Insanely close between these two teams. Even a single kill could be massive. But I've got to say, Pain is playing out of his mind right now, getting so much value out of the Thief. Frey, though, trying to match him for everything that he is worth. Getting that A cap here as well. And actually, we may see Draza finding value in this 1v1 into Trama, kind of forcing some big damage there, forcing Trama to leave the node. Of course, the protection halls will be more than able to survive fairly effectively. We might actually see, Frey actually look to plus this fire. Yes, he is going to go for it. Let's see how this 2v2 goes. Blue team nearly losing control of this node, but not just yet. And in fact, we might just see Pain leave again. Pain going for a deal, but actually the team fight almost gets won there by the blue team. Pain arrives a split second too late to deny any kind of revival here, but actually it's a very, very tough fight here, actually. In fact, Goku taking so much damage, and he is going to go down. This might be a massive victory for the red team. If they found that win, that would be huge, and they are going to find that win, actually. Goku is going to be completely confirmed here, and that will be a Skyhammer cap resetting point A for the Lakers back to nothing. Of course, blue team, once again, Frey finds some good juice there with the Thief. Gets the decap on point C. He'll probably just delay this cap here when the hammer gets cut. Well, actually, blue team actually arrived to contest it. Don't think they can do it, though. I see. I think they wanted to delay so they couldn't get a double Skyhammer, I guess. Yeah, they delayed it until the Skyhammer spawned again. Goku now bleeding out. And yeah, we do see actually the Lakers get that cap immediately. Boyce, of course, doing the same thing over here on point A. It's going to be almost neck and neck. I believe it will be... it'll be 1 point behind, actually. Yeah, 2 points behind right now for the Lakers. Wait. Oh, no. Did Frey really just... Oh, my God. Frey... Wait. Oh, Frey not feeling comfortable at the decap, I guess, actually? I don't think Boyce knew he was there, actually, but I guess Tramadex was on his way anyway, so he will get up. But Pain gets another decap. Dude, how many decaps has this guy got this entire game? He is just doing what thieves do best. He is running around the map, making sure that there are never any captured nodes for anyone involved. And the Lakers, they're starting to fall behind now, guys. 204 to 184. In favor of the red team right now, with a double cap in their favor and a middle node completely stale. Spree and Gornet just going to be going at it for all eternity there. They're having so much fun, guys, okay? They really are. They're enjoying themselves so much. You know, Spree and Gornet, they're having the time of their lives right now. Scourge, I mean, look, honestly, I think I'll just spectate the Scourge 1v1. Oh, this is a great swap as well, by the way, from Trama. Really nice swap. So what they do here is it just frees up the Scourge to once again push into the team fight. Of course, the Lakers were able to kind of get point A off the back of that. But all of a sudden, Spree being in this fight is so annoying. The thickest thing is he actually is a pretty good target at +1. Scourge can't hold a 1v2 super well. On this map, it's obviously a bit easier, but it can't really hold it on node or anything like that. And these fights are a bit questionable right now, for the blue team. Although, having said that, Azaz and Goku doing a great job holding into Gornet and Fly right now. And in fact, now we do see the replacement there, allowing to free up a Spree as Draza arrives here on middle. And of course, Frey able to snag point A, highly valuable there, getting them some very, very important points there, but it's already reset by Pain. Pain is just going around the way, and then portals away immediately. Wow. This guy is a gamer, okay? Pain is activated, guys, okay? Pain is activated as fuck. Okay, he really, really is. Frey trying to keep up in, recapturing point A there. There it is. And he's going to be a long way behind, though. And, like, this Shadow Portal, I think, is really putting in a huge amount of value. Like, every Thief rotation is just that much faster thanks to that portal. He's able to get where he needs to be even faster than a regular Thief simply by teleporting about the map. Now, Lakers did find that cap on point A. Once again, Frey doing the Thief thing as well and kind of just running after Pain and making sure to minimize that impact of the Thief. But again, Pain resets it. There needs to be a kill here. There must be a kill. Red team need to get a kill here immediately. Can they do it? See if they can make it work. Draza nearly has mid. Boy's trying to hold on here, but he's going to have to give it. Yeah, he's got to give the node. He backs it up there as well. Oh, he's actually under pressure here too. No glint heal for a while. Does have the block, but the damage is heavy actually. Gets the evasion. Oh my god! Oh. He nearly died to falling damage, okay? Falling damage, nearly, and him 38 HP, and the 4 bleeds finished him off there. There's the stop for history. Oh, that is actually really bad. That is super bad, actually. Ooh, losing their Herald at a time like that is not what they want. Okay, that is not what you want to see. And now we have a Frey 1v1 into Pain. Of course, the smoke screen will be highly valuable in the 1v1. That blind field will be extremely powerful. I don't think Frey really wants to actually take this too well here. He's going to maybe go for it here. And of course, Thief 1s can be very volatile indeed. So it's difficult to tell who's going to win until they are winning. But Pain's certainly far ahead right now and has a smoke skill up very, very shortly. And will be able to massively mitigate the damage that the enemy Thief is able to bring to the table. And once again, ooh, Hammer is and Trama might die here. I think Draza's going to find this kill. Solo, the Rock. The Rock. Oh, no. Oh, dude. The fucking leap leapt him the wrong direction because he was trying to target him on the board. But no, he finds it anyway. The Blade Trail lands that kill. That's a good kill. But it's really, really knife edge right now. Boyce, of course, is now back in play, looking for a kill onto Goku. Goku getting seated off. Oh, massive damage there. The Herald really bringing the pain. But, of course, renewed focus activates. Resetting Goku quite nicely. Frey continues his 1v1 into Pain. Now resets himself quite nicely. And Draza killing Trama. He gets that node capped on mid. That's very, very nice. And Frey nearly has his node. Pain really can't give that up there. The Lakers are starting to actually rally themselves. If they can hold this contested, yeah, this is what they want. They have Guardian, they have Renegade, they have Scourge on the same node. That is exactly what the Lakers want. Now, we have Draza able to secure point B. Pain going to look for a decap here while the 1v1 once again resets with Draza into Tramadex. Will be another decap here by Pain. Pain gets some good value there. And that will actually keep his team in the lead. Because that will unbelievably keep the scores even. Just 3 points apart, guys. 3 points apart. And that was a huge decap there by Pain. There needs to be value out of this rotation now. There's got to be value. They need to kill Fly or something. That's the only way here. Because Pain is full capping as well. Like, this is very greedy by Pain. He trusts him so much, and he was right to trust, as Fly is able to get the kite off there, and he isn't dead. Gornet actually 1v3ing on node. The support from Fly will rain down from above. If they could actually keep this contest, that would be absolutely ridiculous. And they are going to be able to do it there. So, yeah. Frey not able to find value. with that Thief Plus, a disaster. And now Pain just honestly putting in so much work here. Once again, pushing into Draza. Frey matches, so that should actually kind of stabilize as a 2v2, of course. But Lakers are actually in a very precarious position right now. Very scary indeed, actually, because if they aren't able to get some kind of kill soon or get some node control, this is going to be the end of the game. Yeah, are you enjoying the meta, Helseth? Are you having fun right now, dude? Okay. Do you like this shit? Okay, well, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills. Okay, you know, 5 kills. It's good. Yeah, Pain is honestly popping off, man. Like, he's actually going insane. Like, he is... Dude, I feel like he's done so much work in this game with these decals, with those rotations, with the Shadow Portal, that he's probably, like, removed at least, like, 100 to 150 points just by decapping and controlling the map extremely well. Like, Pain is absolutely going in ridiculous. He's going Omega mode right now, putting in some insane work. He's now looking to move away there. Of course, the hammer gets stabilized there by Goku, so not much going to happen there. Of course, Fly now is in a 1v2, but Boyce is going to match that, so it's going to be Rev Guard versus Rev Guard, Renegade versus Herald, the ultimate duo there. But again, the points are just so static. It's 2 minutes to go, and all these matches are so stale. Like, this goes nowhere. There's nothing even on mid. This 2v2 is actually going to the... Oh, hang on. As we praise Pain for carrying. I think his death might actually be potentially game-ending. They need to make sure he doesn't die. Yeah, Pain is able to wriggle away quite effectively there. But again, like, the hammer fight is very, very stale. Not really much going on over there. This fight is very slow too. Oh, but Pain, he might be about to pop off even more. But of course, this will give the node over here to the Lakers. Draza and Frey are going to be able to find point A very shortly. But now, ooh, Spree gets plussed. He has to give up the node. Yeah, he can't hold this. He can't do this. He might die here, actually. He has Shroud up soon. But yeah, no, he can't stand on the point. No, he can't do it. And there's the cap. And then, oh, dude. Pain just finds even more value. Of course, Draza was able to cap this node here. And, of course, it really comes down to the hammer. Hammer would, of course, pretty much end the game. If they were to find that, of course, that's a node for a node. But again, point gain for Red is very, very good right now. They can just maintain this 30 point, that would be massive. Frey really doing some work in this 1v1. If he could somehow find the victory here in the 1v1, that would be massive. Oh, Pain in trouble. Esprit looking for it. Oh, no! Oh! Pain actually died. That is a catastrophe. That could actually be the game for Lakers. Oh, no! The Scourge, like, like, fucking memed him with the putrid mark. And that secures the double cap. And there's no Thief. The Thief can't neutralize now. Boy's desperately going to go for a point A. Neutralization. Gornet can't do anything here. Oh, are you kidding me? One death. Okay, one death and the game is over. Ah! What an absolute disaster. And I think that actually might be GG. Pain is back now, but again, look at these matchups. Like, what dies here? Like, Boyce can't do anything. He might be able to eventually secure a kill, and Espree's coming back, but I think he just has to hold. If he just holds it, he will actually be able to get his team a point advantage. There's the 3, they're ahead now. Now here comes Frey. Of course, it needs to be 5 point advantage in case he dies, but no, I don't think I can. Oh, no! 3 seconds on the clock. 2, 1, 0. 7 points. 15-minute game. 3-3-5 to 3-4-3. 1 death from Pain. And it's over. Ah! All right, then. This game could also be extremely intense. A bit of a... Look, I've got to say, I know that last game was very slow, but it is worth noting that a big part of that was the map. The map is a very slow map. Skyhammer, a lot of kiting potential, right? It's a small map, so you can rotate your Necros and support around very quickly. So you have a lot going on there. But this game will be a little bit more volatile, I think. Let's see how it goes. And we are going to see the Warrior again from Draza. Draza is going to commit to this Spellbreaker. Goku on support guard. Once again, Draza on the Jeweler Spellbreaker here. The Big Worm, Esprit, on the Scourge. Frey, repping the Thief. And, of course, Azaz on the Renegade once again. Now, a very weird comp from the blue team here. Of course, we have the triple Horsersmith, double nades from Zan and Sage Splitter. And finally, the protection hollow, the Prot Hollow Duelist here from Floody. Filling out the roster is, of course, Dra on the Scourge and Adelanti who is playing on support Guardian. So no Thief, and that no Thief could be scary, right? You know, the Thief, of course, being used by the Lakers gives them an unprecedented ability to rotate around the map, which may be lacking in the composition here from the Ultra Gamers, Ultra Zan, right? I don't know. Let's see how it works out. And we actually have a fairly unconventional rotation being used here as well by the Lakers. They're going to immediately push essentially their entire team fight over to the Henge with Draza, Goku, and Esprit, while also taking this 2v2 here on mid with Azaz and Frey into the Scourge and, of course, the Hospital. Although I've got to say, that's not really the best 2v2. Like, the Scourge is just so annoying that Azaz nearly ends up dying. It looks like he is going to get away, but Zan, oh, hang on. Zan is once blood hit. Is there a heal skill available? Oh, I think there is. He's going to go for it. Good healing there from Goku, and they actually hold on to it, but the 2-cap has now been established, actually, for the blue team. But it will be difficult for them to actually take this fight here, I think. And yeah, which you see Hate, Pain, Sad go down. There is a Signet. Is it going to land? It is actually. No interrupt, no steal available there at that point to interrupt the Signet. But looks like the Hollow might just go ahead and die again. Is there a heal skill? There is actually a block and a heal skill coming up very, very soon. There's the heal. Actually, they turn it around and nearly end Azaz. Huge damage there coming out from blue team. But not quite able to connect it just yet. But they maintain their map control. They absolutely do. Blue team still holding it. They are holding firm. They are winner POV. Floody is now 1v2 though, taking very heavy damage. Adelanti though responds. We'll be able to stabilize that. This does mean, of course, there's no support guard in the main team fight for the blue team, and the Scourge does end up dying there. So that is a good end of a rotation there for the blue team, securing that kill, and they're going to secure that node. Lakers looking strong so far in this game. Once again, the 1v1 just resets it. Adelanti going back to mid to try and maintain some kind of control over the map. We have Zan and a 1v1 into Azaz here. Renegade into the Horse. With Azaz, though, a little bit pressured, does it to immediately burn his heal skill. He was coming in here with low health, and it does actually prompt Goku just to at least reset Azaz completely. That does, of course, waste a little bit of time there, but in fact, it never mind wasting time, because we nearly see Floody just get eliminated here, actually. He will be eliminated here by the Warrior. But the Scourge comes in, saves the day, and maintains some pretty solid parity here in this game. But again, the team fight just not quite going in the direction of red team there. And Goku insta-stomps that, is worried about the res power, of course, and very wisely so. There was a Signet available from the Guardian, and of course the Scourge was also rearing its ugly head to go and check out what was going on here. And this is definitely where things get a little bit scary. Draza going to continue 1v1 looking for the decap there. Actually has it about halfway done. Let's see if he can actually find this kill. He's going to go for the yoink. Does actually not quite get it. Now gets the yoink there. He's actually going to just back off a little bit here instead and then go back onto the node. That, of course, does restore it back towards blue's direction. But again, I think we're looking at a bit of a slow game here. Like, what exactly is going to happen here? How does blue team kind of crack the nut of blue? Like, the sustain is just fantastic. The Scourge rotating here as well to solidify this 3v3. Decap does come through on mid, actually, so Sageput are getting some value out of this. Actually, might go for the full cap, is going to go for the full cap, in fact. However, Draza will be able to completely plant himself on the Henge now. And Floody, does he want to contest? He actually does, but the trouble is that does once again expose him to the Thief. The damage of the Thief now comes in there. I think Floody will eventually have to give this up. Adelanti's trying to rotate over here. Can he make it in time? I think he actually can. Floody holding on really, really well here for the time being. Might have to burn a lot of cooldowns to make it work, though. But yes, actually does deny the cap. And blue team, they are really going for it in this game. They are holding. Zan and Ladrality might be in a, well, they're in an okay 2v2. And actually now with Sagebird, this is where things do get a bit scary. This does, of course, expose that node there. The Thief is able to get that decap there thanks to this outnumber. And now with Goku rotating in, that might be enough to actually stabilize this 3v3. Yeah, Sagebird knows he's going to leave immediately. However, that does now mean that red team is outnumbering here. This could be a potential for blue team to extract some value elsewhere on the map. Draza not quite able to actually get this 1v1 just yet. And the node, the point gain is very, very slow indeed. We are really having some slow games today, huh? We might even be seeing timer even on a map like this. Of course, not the fastest map, but not the slowest map. It's a very balanced map, guys. It really, really is. But anyway, Ladrati now pushing in, but Lakers, there it is. There's the mine. And look, in a game this slow, one node is a big deal. Like, you've got to look at this. You might go, oh, there's only 40 points here. But think how long it takes to get 40 points, guys, in a game this slow. It's a very, very long time. Like, bear in mind, one node, guys, one node gives you 1 point every 2 seconds. That means if you want to catch up a 40-point deficit with one node, that will actually take you over a minute. That will take 80 seconds of holding a node, right, to actually catch up. And that's assuming that the enemy team doesn't have any nodes, right? So it does take a very long time to catch up. Ooh, that's a juicy kill. Interrupt. Oh, no, doesn't get interrupted. And that is a good res there from Adelanti, holding that. But you can see that this one node is really burning a hole in blue team's chance of winning. They've got to somehow get something, and losing a player is not what they want. Bear in mind, the Scourge is exposed right now, as Adelanti was forced to rotate over there to help out Floody. Draza putting in some good work there on the side nodes, getting some big DPS out there, particularly with combination with Frey on that Thief, just constantly needing to reset Floody and therefore lose time on the rotations. Looks like red team here, the Lakers nearly grabbing middle here as well. Can they do it? They're looking for Zan. Zan very low. Elixir S has now been used. Invulnerability has come through there from the Horsewith. Goku a little bit vulnerable, actually. Doesn't really have many cooldowns available. Goes some big healing, but no, does get cleaved out. That's a big kill. Can they confirm it, though? Oh, ah, the hand res is good. And Goku survives there. Azaz and Esprit, some good discipline holding that team. And great barrier here from Esprit. Esprit barriering that Guardian back up to a fantastic amount of health there indeed. And you can see the healing is now once again good. And mid now claimed by the Lakers. And, of course, that team fight essentially won off the bat there as well. That is tough stuff, guys. That is tough stuff. Blue losing because no one wants to do animals. Nah, if they went for Beast here, that would just lose in the entire map. Beast is not a good choice. I don't think any team has ever had an opportunity to go for Beast. Also, there's also a very high chance that they get stolen. Thief and Renegade are also great for that. Also, Warrior can be quite good at doing it too with the powerful execute of Arcing Slice. Beast would be a really, really bad play here, actually. If they were to do that, would not be a good idea. But anyway, the first month they've ever seen play Warrior. Yeah, it's a big surprise, right? I think this is a big surprise. I think a lot of players don't expect to see Warriors. But actually, we are now seeing Warrior being used extremely effectively here by Draza in a very high-level environment. And I have to say, guys, I do believe this game is over. Like, I don't want to call it too soon, but, like, what does Blue do? Like, have they even got a single kill? No, they haven't got a single kill. Zero kills for Blue. And it's not like they don't have damage, by the way. They have double nade hollow, right? Double nade hollow. But yeah, this is not looking so hot here for Blue. And yeah, you actually do see, this is what, you know, the Warrior actually doing well into the prot hollow as well, actually. Draza certainly putting some heavy pressure onto Floody here. It's a very stale 1v1. I don't think it really ends, to be honest. It does look that maybe Draza is slowly winning, but it is incredibly, incredibly slow. Of course, the Thief plusing things can change things pretty dramatically, but again, even a neutral node, think about how long it takes to get 150 points, guys. Like, you know, even if Blue Team gets this node, it's going to take them 5 minutes to get enough points to actually catch up. It takes a ridiculously long time to actually catch up. And if red team's able to match that cap in any way, then you are back to square zero immediately. Floody and Draza Showdown live. Yeah, not the most exciting thing in the universe, though, as it's going to be very, very subtle. When Zan dies, they've got to res that. Yeah, no, the Stomp is good there from Goku. And that is actually pretty much going to be GG, I think. Because this, of course, means that we're almost certainly going to see a kill secured onto the Scourge and maybe even the Guardian. It may actually be held in, but no, the Thief's moving in here as well. And this will almost certainly be it. That will be a 4v2. Zan will maybe go for a kill here onto Draza, but it's almost impossible to recover here. Like, really nice hold here, actually, by Dra and, of course, Adelanti. But that Steel denies that, and that should be a confirmed kill on the Scourge, just as Sage arrives. There's the Stomp out. There it is, and Lakers do a great job there. Zan actually did plus into Draza immediately off respawn, but Draza actually holds the 1v2 extremely well. There's the Rampage as well, and he's even greeting here. He's actually contesting. He wants revenge because, of course, in a previous tournament, he actually got 1v2'd by Zan on Capricorn. Now he wants revenge by 1v2ing Floody and Zan on Warrior here. He's able to hold it off. Does eventually concede the node here. Has to leave it, but of course, mid was neutralized there with the momentum from this one fight over here. Spree gets himself over here, plants on that mid, and there it is, guys, okay? There it is. Good decap here by Draw, actually, in Sage Flare, but Azes does make it for the contest. Does make it. There it is. There's the contest there, guys. Oh, it gets feared away. Oh, actually does get neutralized, but again, that's not good enough. It's got to be at least 2 nodes, preferably to 0, in favor of the blue team here, and it's just actually even right now. That essentially doesn't change the state of play whatsoever, and blue, they just aren't able. They are not able to control this game quite well enough. Zan looking for a decap here, but he is 1v2 into Goku and Frey. Adelanti now moves in, looks some damage. We'll, of course, be able to support Zan in the 2v2, and the grenades will certainly be pressuring very, very hard. This could be a good thing here for Zan, but again, Azes is going to have to, we need to see this cap here as well. And now that Esprit is here, it's incredibly stale, and really nothing's going to happen there. This is a nice cap here, though, actually. Draza here able to actually, not quite able to actually decap Floody as of yet. We do now see Frey moving on. This is kind of like where you do see the Thief, right? Like, blue team's comp really does lack that Thief, that incredibly fast rotation. Yeah, that's what Thief does, guys. Thief finds kills, and there is the kill, and now that's going to be a decap once again. Adelanti is going to be forced to take a horrible fight. Mid is actually yielded by the Lakers. Zan able to find that cap very, very easily. And actually a kill onto Azes is very, very juicy. Dra and Sage to find that, but look at Goku. Immediately gets it revived up. And we're back to square one, pretty much. 1 node isn't good enough. Adelanti does manage to survive here, just barely, and now we do see Floody come back here, so might be able to actually hold this 2v2 or stabilize the 2v2, at least for a good amount of time, but Adelanti is honestly not in a good spot, has literally nothing. He used everything he had to actually survive the warrior for that length of time. Does manage to get the kite and has a heal skill in 1 second, so very good hole here by Adelanti into the support there from Floody coming off respawn. Maybe, I don't even think a 2-cap's good enough, though. In fact, it isn't. It would have to be a 3-cap at this point to win the game, and it's not going to even be a 2-cap because Zan is going to have to waste some time recapturing middle here, and Floody actually did manage to get the henge, so it will be a 2-cap, but again, it's not good enough. Sage Splitter and Ladrality die here. Az is going for Beast. Yeah, Beast here is actually a very good idea. Getting just more ahead is really good, particularly seeing as they can just kill this very, very quickly. They win on 1 node at this point. I wouldn't be surprised to actually just see them bunker this node pretty hard. Yeah, we're actually seeing Goku move over now here as well. Goku on his way, just to make sure that nothing weird happens here. Looking for a decap here. Frey is looking for any kind of vulnerability. And this is where Thief really comes into his own. Like, Thief is amazing at ending games, right? Or making sure that a game is over. Now, blue team, they have to push, right? Blue team need to push, okay? But the trouble is that the Thief can just neutralize the entire map when they're forced to do this, right? It makes it very hard to rotate in the end of the game because you're forced to actually match the Thief in ways that you really wouldn't want to do. Oh, yeah, and fully gets stabbed in the back there by the Thief, and Draza finds that neutralization. Of course, now we actually have Sage Super being tied up here on middle as well by Azes, which is not exactly ideal, but there you have it. Goku and Benzo getting shut down over here as well. Benzo, no, Benzi, okay, Esprit, same thing. I'm actually really tired today, guys, oh my god, but yeah, Esprit and Goku holding on. Yeah, Adelanti knows it's over, just AFKs. It is actually completely over. Even with a 3-cap, they would still lose. It's still over, guys, it's still game over. The game is sending me to sleep, guys, okay? I am sleeping right now. It feels good. Esprit Benzo? No, Esprit is not Benzo. Okay, Benzo is Benzo, Esprit is Esprit. Benzo is not French, Esprit is French. Wormdraw, ah yes, Wormdraw. He has he has betrayed the worms. Last match? No, this is not the last match, but, we're getting there, right? We're definitely getting there now. We are getting in there, my friends. We still have plenty more games, though. We are still in the Swiss phase of the tournament. And there it is. Wow. Honestly, a pretty depressing game there. Like, blue team really putting up a good fight there, but just got completely outvalued and ground down mercilessly, I'm afraid. Ground down by the Lakers. What a bracket indeed, guys. We have now made it to the Invitational. Not exactly the Invitational. We have made it to the elimination round. Lakers versus Brotational. Serial Killers versus Fly and the lads and the crew. Team Tick versus Bazil. And finally, Tournament of Legends finalists Slayers. Quarantine Crusaders versus the Pharmaceutical Gang. PG. They are there. Yeah, I think we're going to be looking at this one here. I think this is going to be the main game here. Who is I just want to see who Brotational is, guys. Who is Brotational? Let's see if it's a known team. Ah, it's these guys. It is Fallon. It is, Hero, in fact. This is Eleanor, a.k.a. Hideous Hero. Then we have Floor Lol Lol on Spellbreaker. And Torben on the Herald. Yeah, this is probably going to be a bit of a rough match here for the red team. Let's go check out the other ones. Let's see. Yeah, this is definitely the most exciting game here for sure. Quarantine Crusaders versus Pharmaceutical Gang. I think Quarantine has already won, actually, so it should once again be favored in their direction. Team Tick. I think this should definitely go towards Team Tick here. Of course, Zan, Sage Splitter, Floody, Adelanti, and, of course, Draw here. Should be a strong match for this team, but you never know, guys. Zirid. Brazil. Scourge. Guardian here. Zirid on Scourge here, guys. Abandons the Ranger. We have a support guard hit. Once again. We have Gelsine on Prot Hollow. Sakaya on Nades. Bazil on Thief, guys. Aren't you on Discord when you have an AT break? Yes, that's right, guys. Demigod Zirid, guys, okay? Demigod Zirid indeed. Ooh. Okay, right. I think this should be... Oh, hang on. Zirid now relogging to Ranger, though, actually. And Bazil relogging. Both players DC... Oh, hang on. What do we see here, guys? We see a Scourge here. Bazil, Joker. He is, of course, the Joker of Guild Wars 2, guys. That's certainly how he sees himself. The Scourge. Consume conditions instead of the barrier. That's a decision. Oh, wait, what is this man playing? What the hell? Okay, now he swaps it to a more conventional build there. Soul Reaping and Blood Magic. And of course, Zirid now back to the Ranger. There we go, guys. Ranger gameplay is kicking in. There it is. We're now going to see them push in. Zirid moving in. He's moving into the mix here, guys. This game, I might just like watch the very early part of it. Like, it might be very favored. I want to watch this game here, Serial Killers versus High, aka Fly. But I think it is worth actually taking a look at the intro of this game. It may end up very strongly favored towards Blue early on. I think they are certainly the stronger team. Although, you can never underestimate these teams, right? You don't want to, like, write a team off too early. They're very strong teams here, right? They're very strong players. Guardian, of course, the Ranger here from Zirid 2. Gelsine on the Prot Hollow, 1v1 into Floody. Although, that is a kind of the most, nearly the most fun matchup just after Scourge 1v1. A lot of fun content there. But I think the real key is how is this team fight going to go? If Blue Team wins the team fight, they're just going to flat out win. Neither team has a Thief, so it is going to be very team fight oriented. It's going to be who is going to kill the other guy. It's going to dictate how this game goes. And so far, it does appear to be Blue having the slight tempo advantage in the team fight. And Zan already looking to maybe push another node there and get some 1v1 stuff going on there. But looks like people are just milling around here. And this might kind of be like a pretty stable game, right? It might just be this way. Like, you know, it's very hard for either of these teams to really go for that third node. They're just kind of slow. They're not super fast here. So it might be a fairly slow, brawlery game. But the fact of the matter is that red team is not really winning the fights, and blue team is. And this means that blue team will almost certainly win the game, guys. Win the fights, win the game. And yeah, especially if this Guardian dies, that's really bad. And the Guardian does die. Brazil going to go for the res, but it's going to be very hard with all these nades here. In fact, Brazil may end up dying for that too. In fact, yes, he is dead. Yeah, that's pretty much going to be a microcosm of this game here, I think. Like, this is a very stable 2v2. Zirid being... Wait, oh my god, are you serious? Dude, Zirid, like, the Guardian downstate res nearly rezzed Bazil, which could have chained into another revive, but it was denied there by Sage Splitter and Dra at the very, very last second there. So, this is pretty much going to be how things go, I imagine, for this. Like, team fight, again, Bell will go towards blue here, I imagine. And, of course, they're going to slightly be able to rotate faster there as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at not that game. Let's look at this game. Now, I actually think this is a better map for blue team here. A bit of a bigger, a bit more of a, a bit of a more rotationally driven map here. than we saw them play on Kylo. And actually, yeah, we do see them actually get a kill onto Fly. I don't think Gornet can res that. No, they definitely can't. And the team fight is very, very strong here from the blue team. We actually saw them team fight very effectively into Lakers, of course. And the Mirage is going to be a big asset here, I think, actually, from Rip. You see, the Mirage just has so much damage. It will rip through that Guardian. Ha! It will rip through almost everything on the red team here, which will give them a great advantage in these fights and securing kills. Of course, the Thief of Pain is also going to be a worthy counterpart to this, with a slight more edge in terms of the rotational stuff here as well, and a bit more sustain. But you can't understand the Mirage. The trouble is that, well, I mean, this is kind of like a symptom of the meta, right? What you're seeing, guys, is that they can get a kill, but they can't get another one, right? They can't follow it up quick enough. The player they killed respawned, and they just held the 4v5, essentially, and they couldn't even find the decap. Is the Signet land? It does. Great Signet there, actually, and Allrun's able to kind of peel that out there and survive for a good amount of time there while that res comes through onto Rebind. But again, the game is just too slow. Like, Rip can't burst hard enough, right? You can burst once and secure one kill, but he can only do that like every 20 seconds or so. And the trouble is that window is just too slow. By the time they look to secure a second kill, the guy they killed just respawns and is back. And I mean, this is another CMCW game, guys, right? Like, this is a very, very CMCW game. Like, what does Blue do? Like, they're just locked, right? They're just locked in hell right now. They are literally in hell. For Brian about to go down here. There's the kill. No Signet this time, I believe. Good hand res discipline there from the serial kills. I love to see that. But they just can't get kills fast enough. Even though they are able to, you know, fight toe-to-toe in the team fight, right? You know, they're looking for Fly again. They find Fly. That's going to be very hard to res, I think, as well. Like, Rip is just going to be pounding that cleave. And maybe now they can find a decap. That might be enough now. Because Gornet isn't a 1v3. He might be repelled. And Tramadax, there's on the bell. And that's going to split up the nodes here once again. Tram are going to waltz up this 1v1 into Rip. And eventually Rip will probably just lose the node here. Won't be able to hold on to this, I don't think, super well. Take it with Pain coming in. A Bell win in this game is going to be a very, very big game. Yeah, then we need to see some kind of... There needs to be some kind of 3-node play from the blue team here. They've got to go for a more roaming style. Otherwise, I just don't see them able to win these fights. Like, the fight's just not going in that direction, and it's just too slow for them. The Mirage just loses its value the longer the fight goes on, unfortunately. They've got to get out there, but it's very, very hard to do. Because, of course, the mobility on red team is no slouch either. Right? You know, the Thief and the Power Herald, it'll be difficult to actually completely outpace that. So blue team actually might be able to force the bell. That would be very, very good if they could pull that off there. Rip could also maybe even look for a decap here, but I think Pain will be right on him there almost instantaneously. The team fight is raging. Blue team actually maybe taking the advantage. Like, Fly getting battered once again. Like, very good target focus here from the serial killers. However, Rip, that health bar starting to go down, and he has actually now been given nice precast res. Actually lands too as well. Very good res there by Stern. But again, these team fights, it just doesn't work. It's just not going to work here for the blue team. And this is, of course, a fairly team fight-oriented map. Is there a res here from Stern? I don't believe there is. They're going to go for a hand res. Rip ports up, but I think he will be cleaved out here. Like, the Scourge is nowhere to be seen either. Yeah, the Scourge trapped on it. And this is kind of like the problem they're having. Like, Allrun being trapped here is super bad. They need to have their Scourge in the fight, but they didn't, right? And not having the Scourge in the fight really cost them dearly there. Very unfortunate. For Brian, though, does actually get the neutralization here, so he keeps his team in the game by doing that, though. Has to be careful, right? Thief into Rev 1v1 is pretty scary. Like, Thief is a bit of a monster, where it certainly can be sometimes. Anyway, ooh, but Allrun in a lot of trouble here. Can he hold on? Rip coming in to help him out. Good breach. Scourge holds. It holds. And there it is, and yeah, Rip is going to arrive in the very, very nick of time, and Tramadax actually gets him out a massive spike there from Rip. Just destroys Trama. But he holds on for now, and of course Boyce now feels comfortable to get back in there and start dealing out some insane DPS there from the Herald. He's trying to make it work, but Prototype's right. Not Prototype, Allrun really getting battered there by the DPS of Tramadax and Boyce. He's trying to hold on. Rip gets a great magic bullet, actually. Allows Allrun to escape there fairly effectively. He's trying to counter pressure, but he just can't do it. Stern arrives, but can they hand res? I actually think they can. Yeah, they should be able to hand res that. No stability is annoying. Do they get it? Yes, they do. Scourge back up, and all of a sudden, red team starting to get something done. However, Pain was able to secure that kill onto O'Brien very nicely there, actually. That's a very juicy one indeed. Will secure that. Meanwhile, Blam, and as you can see, right, you can kind of see what's going on here. Right, you can see that what happened to the serial kills is now happening to the red team here. Like, their Scourge got locked in a 1v1 that will never end, and therefore they started losing fights, right? Like, this is what you need to not happen. Like, this is like a really big thing in the current meta. You need to make sure that the enemy Scourge isn't getting value. And if an enemy Scourge is holding a 1v1 that there's no way they can ever win, that is like the worst thing possible. This is kind of like a pretty, honestly, even trade here. Like, you know, the Guard and the Scourge are being basically traded out here, essentially, which I think is fine for both teams. I think, you know, having the Guardian might be a little bit better than having the Scourge a lot of the time. Simply because, like, the amount of group send it can bring to the table. Of course, the revival power is just pretty game-changing. But still, it's not like it's a fairly even trade there. Blam actually denies the decap there from Pain. Meanwhile, for Brian, there's one tick, actually, on this bell. One tick on the bell. They're going to have to try and hold this outnumbered. Oh, no, but they dodge it off. Oh, Brian has to dodge off there. He can't hold it. And has to concede there. That's a big 25-point victory. And they were actually getting back into it, right? They were really gaining some ground there with this single cap. Blam doing a great job of denying any kind of value there from Pain. However, Pain is now being shut down. It's actually one thing we didn't see, guys. It's actually SD Thief here from Pain, not the usual DP. He's going with the SD. And this is something that I think Pain really likes. I think he's a big fan of SD Thief in general. But actually, oh no! That was a sick Jade wins there from Verbrian, catching him right at the end of Dagger Storm, ending Pain immediately in serial killers, despite losing the bell. Get a massive kill. A huge, huge kill right there. Okay, and then actually controlling the map there. They're even looking for Trauma here. Oh no! Oh no! Did Stern get trapped? Are you kidding me? He must have got trapped in terrain somehow. Some kind of knockback. Oh, that is a catastrophe there for the serial killers. I didn't actually see what happened there, but oh, that's not what you want to see in a game as close as this. That's really not desirable whatsoever. And Stern maybe either DCing or forced to relog because of some kind of terrain. Oh, Rip though, really nice kill by Rip. Onto Tramadex. However, Fly, Pain, and Boyce now moving in. Blam recapturing this node here. Yeah, Stern now back in play. He's back now. He made the connection. He got back in. Looks like it was a DC, actually. It was a DC. Okay, it's a DC. So Stern has made it back. Very close, though. Blue, of course, in the lead. But again, Stern can't be here because he's just back in the game and Rip has fallen. For Brian doing his best to hold on. Is there any way they could get here in time to maybe save Rip? Ooh, yes, actually. This is actually salvageable. Like, if Rip ports closer, they could maybe actually res him. But look, they're not going to go for it. Looks like... yeah, but Brian's going to get stomped out here and finish, so that's tough. Bell is up, 50-point Bell for Red. They really can't afford that in any way. Blue must win this, and they're 2 players down, actually. That is really, really undesirable indeed. They cannot allow this. They need to win this. And this, again, this is where now Gornet is going to start providing more value, because he has been locked here for a long time, but so has Olrun. However, the big thing here is that now the team fight erupts, and we saw Red Team do very well in that team fight. And honestly, this is where the SD Thief, I think the SD Thieves are really nice choices by Pain, because that SD Thief is going to rip through that Guardian, okay? It's going to rip through Rip as well, to be frank, actually. The amount of damage and team fight power that an SD Thief can bring is actually crazy. It does, of course, sacrifices a lot of stealth. You don't really have stealth as much on this build, but you do bring a huge amount of boon pressure and damage to the table here. Oh, and we see Gornet. He's just free capping this. Oh, Boyce dies. Is that converted? Oh, that's a big spike from Rip. There it is, and they confirm it. And Rip now looking for Gornet. Red Team already starting to know that they have to leave. I don't think the Guardian and Gornet can leave, but the problem is that Pain instantly decaps there. And even though it's going to be a Bell for the Blue Team, that's only a 25-point advantage. They're going to get that for free, but now they've got to handle the map. Rip is going to find the decap here, which is really good, but they need more than that. Blam actually can, so Blam will get this node back. That's good. And here's the Bell. 25, 374. Very good. And actually, Gornet. Oh my god. Is this actually going to be a win for serial killers? That's disgusting. Rip with a huge burst. Wants Helsa to lose his bet. And yeah, Fly can't res that. Wow, that is huge. However, Tramadex did manage to actually get over here. That does deny this single cap. So blue gets this node, and they have a kill on the board, but they need this second node. It looks like they're actually going to look for mid instead. They're going to let Blam kind of hold the 1v2, and now they're going to push Fly. Fly, no way he can hold this. Of course, he has no real counter peel for himself. Pain comes in, but there's the neutralization, and Blam holds this neutralization over here as well. Meanwhile, Vibrian 1v1 into Boyce. Both players very skilled, actually, in the 1v1 matchup. Vibrian potentially with a little bit more experience in the Power Herald 1v1 matchup, actually. Mirror, anyway. And yes, he wins it, actually. Vibrian actually wins the 1v1 in the power. That actually is GG. That's game over. Now, this means that he gets 5 points for that. He's going to rotate away, actually. He's going to go for the rotation. That's potentially risky here. Because that, of course, does leave it open to a decoy. I think he's playing passively rotationally-wise. Well, yeah, this is very smart if I Brian. I like this a lot, actually. He's going to make sure that this node does not get neutralized. This is a big lifeline for the serial killers. They need this. They actually win the team fight mid there. Rip goes crazy. Rip goes psycho. Annihilates the team fight there. Bursts through everything. And there's the double cap. Blam holding this. Rip now pushing Tramax. Trama can't hold this. It's game over, though, I think, actually. Chico, just die or no. This is a die or no situation. Bell isn't good enough, actually. Bell won't win the game for red team. It's only 50 points. That would put them to 460, but that will not win them this game. I don't think they can even contend with that, because by the time they get that, they would actually lose the game on time. This is actually going to be ended. The serial killers are actually going to win this game. 4-5-1 to 4-1-3. Blam holding this 1v1. Infinitely, Olrun just bunkering down the 1v2. Gauntlet versus Fly. Of course, no damage here from the Guardian, so this is a very good 1v2 for Olrun to be in here. Bell is in play. Pain's going to go in for it, and it's good, but it's not good enough. They're now out of bell range. Red team are not in bell range of winning this game. They've got to neutralize this. Once again, the 1v1 initiates here. Vibrian into Pain, into Boyce, rather. Brian actually nearly had to concede the node, but was able to get that back in time. Red team get the bell. Yeah, I love that, by the way, by blue. Ignoring it. They know it doesn't matter. That's so smart there. Like, most teams would actually kind of choke there and go for the bell. Very intelligent rotations from the serial killers. Boyce goes down. Stomp ends it, and there it is. Serial killers defeat it. Side meta is dog from Blam. But there it is, guys. Serial killers secure victory. Rip top damage. Insane content, guys. Insane gameplay. Serial killer gameplay. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like the bowl of spoon. I like the bowl with spoon with the knife. I like that, actually. That's good. So I'll make a pasta with that. So I'll make a pasta with the bowl with spoon and then the knife. Okay, because they're serial killers, right? They're eating the cereal. They're also killing. Ooh. Let's see. Let's go ahead and see how this is going to go. Let's see if we see the serial killers manage an upset here. I think both of these games are actually very, very spicy. Oh, oh, what a map. What a map indeed. Goodness me. Goodness me. So, this is actually, I think, pretty nice here for Quarantine Crusaders. They appear to be not super happy about it, I guess. Because they actually say re-roll the map. But they are thief into no thief. Now, the advantage here is that the Holosmiths are all kind of capable of dueling. Sage Splitter and Zan, even though they aren't technically duelist builds, they are going to be able to hold a little bit. They are going to be able to survive without their team for a while. So this is the advantage, but not having a thief here could be brutal, to be honest. This is a huge map, very hard to rotate around, multiple objectives there with both of the buffs, the stillness buff for double points from holding nodes for a while, and then of course the tranquility buff that captures the entire map for you if you channel it. Sari is going to have a field day here. Like, she is going to have fun in this one because there is nothing to answer in this entire game. There is no answer to Sari on the blue team, and this is going to be an interesting game to see how this one actually plays out. Very, very interesting indeed. Very interesting. Prediction. If a mod makes a prediction, you can do that. Make it like a 1-minute timer. And of course, Cole is going to be playing this. He's going with the Valkyrie Amulet with Rune of the Dolyak, Marksmanship, Wilderness Survival, and Beast Mastery. Just the usual business here is what we have. Very, very good content indeed, guys. Omega content, Omega gameplay. Dueling on the Ranger. And of course, we have Andreas on Support Guardian. Sari on Thief with Smokescreen. Going with these smokes for some blind power. Very annoying ability there. Belzadar, going to be playing the Renegade this time. And again, I think this is smart, right? He's going for the more rotational Bruiser style, as opposed to the Condi Rev when he was playing it in the team fight. And this is kind of like, the depth of a player like Belzadar is very handy here, right? Because he's able to actually switch it up a little bit and play a few different things. It means he can adapt to the situation. Very nice from Belzadar. Finally, of course, Feifei going to be repping the Scourge to lock these nodes down. Ah, excellent choice. The Bone Skinner staff. Nice one there, Feifei. I like that. That's a good one. Anyway, on the blue team, we have Zan. We, of course, have Sage Splitter on the second grenade holo. And then finally, Floody on the protection holo. Adelanti and Dra mirroring that core guardian. Ooh, but the team fight prowess and blue team looking good. They actually find a kill there onto Belzadar. Belzadar taking very heavy fire, though does get his weakness filled up with projectile block. And now Adelanti is the one who's in trouble, of course. Adelanti can res others, but they haven't yet given Guardian the ability to revive itself. The all-out teamfight brawl is now going to commence, and, you know, the teamfight brawl might not exactly be what Red Team wants, of course, because they do have the Thief. And the Thief, although it can contribute to the teamfight, it's much better at doing this. And this is where things do get scary, but Andreas does die. Now, the teamfight has been forced. Do they get the res? Oh, they do. That's dirty. Great discipline there from the Quarantine Crusaders, and they hold that node neutral. And they sustain this thing. And they even get a counter kill. Great Jade wins. Can they confirm this? I think they confirm it. Yes, they do. Of course, forcing Flight to rotate with a Thief. And look, that is Thief, man. That is Thief right there. So big. Huge play there. Massive rotation from Sari. Just causing so many problems for the blue team right now. You've got to have something that can rotate on this map. On this map in particular, you can kind of get away with it on some other maps. But on this map, you must have the ability to rotate. And that's something that blue team is having difficulty with, at least so far. And that's going to be another kill confirmed there onto Dra. Dra about to be cleaved out there. Zan trying to do something. Gonna go for a res there. Maybe holding until Adelanti arrives. But no, can't do it. Might have to now use the Signet onto Zan. Zan in huge trouble. No S up for another few seconds. Can he hold? Gets the stealth. He is out, I think. Yep, has the Elixir S there. Yep, he's going to hold on. Good healing here from Zan, of course. And same thing with Adelanti sustaining him is very nice. Sari, though, relentlessly hunting down the Holosmith here. Elixir S now forced. There's a block up soon. Good dodge there by Zan. Very nice positioning, denying the Heartseeker value there. Good jukes here from Zan, the gamer. The Spider. Did we actually see Spider Pet from Curl? Wait, is this... Oh, ooh. Weakening Venom. Curl is a spider enjoyer, dude, okay? Feels Spider-Man. Curl's a spider in real life now. Going with the pet there, guys. We've always seen the Drakes. We've seen the Jacaranda. Now we see the Spider being used here by Curl. The Weakening Venom, man. Smoke Scale and the Spooder combination. That is a very, very uncommon pet. You don't see that very often. I thought it might have been the Amoeb one, because there's like an Amoeb spider you can use, but it's actually the Weakness Spider. Presumably for even more weakness uptime and maybe some powerful abilities that the Spider has passively that will help Cole survive effectively. Anyway, Quarantine Crusaders still looking good. Oh, dude, Bells are getting focused hard. Signet Res. It lands, and now Adelanti in trouble here, of course. Renewed focus is available, and some virtues are still up, but... Oh, Belzadar, he's on the hunt. He wants that kill. And here you have it. That Thief, once again, is going to find value. And here, this is where it gets worse, guys. Because now we start to see these objectives coming in. The buffs at 11:30 and 8:30 are going to be big. The team fight is actually won here. 4v3 in favor of the blue team. They actually find Belzadar and Andreas. Cole looks like he's going to be able to get away, but once again, the Thief is just going to full cap here. Meanwhile, Floody not able to do his job as a side noder because he's forced to contest his objectives, and even with a very heavy rotation from blue, they don't really get anything out of it, right? They might be able to neutralize this node here with their Guardian, but again, Cole might be able to actually intercept that fairly effectively. Of course, the Thief does have to leave, can't really contend with the protection Holosmith, but of course, this means that they are now being heavily outnumbered on the map elsewhere. However, Sage Splitter and Zan are doing a fantastic job of holding off it, guys. They're doing a very, very good job holding and bunkering this down. Oh, is the buff going to land? No, it is not. And blue actually now gets a triple cap off that. And wow, that was quite something, guys. So a good hold there by the Holosmiths, and of course a big team fight win. Snowballed the map very much in their favor. Dra holding firm here as well. Curl is 1v2ing him with Belzadar. but the response is now going to be good here from Zan. Zan able to get over here, and yeah, red team kind of got trolled there by the buff. They got trolled hardcore by the buff. I'm actually going to very quickly leap into... Actually, no, I can't right now. Oh, Belzar dies again. Oh, he's getting shut down very hard. Big focus here from Zan, really making Belzar's life incredibly difficult. That's another big kill. Ooh, this is very dangerous here for the Quarantine Crusaders. They need to start pushing some of these fights. They've got to survive here a little bit better. The Thief is providing value and keeping them alive in the game, but they need to actually start winning some fights. And these Hollows, man, they are ripping through their opponents. They are just tearing, annihilating, grenading their way to victory right now and looking to find another kill. And they do get Andreas. Cole can't res that. No way. The cleave is too much. Ooh, there's a kill. But no, it's right. There's Sage, but it gets up immediately, actually. Thanks to the rally that kill Andreas. We now do see Zan very pressured here, in a lot of trouble. Great smoke screen there from Sari. Forces a crate to deny it. Of course, that blocks projectiles, guys, so the nades won't reach outside the poison game, which is unblockable for some ungodly reason. But I actually want to very quickly check on the other game. I want to see how Lakers into Serial Killers looks. Ooh! Azaz and Goku dead. Serial Killers. Are they actually the kryptonite, guys? Are they the kryptonite for the Lakers? They beat them in the Tournament of Legends. Can they beat them again? Blam does end up dying here. So it will be a 2-cap. It's going to be sides controlled, of course, by the Lakers here. Freya and Core Necromancer. I think that's a good choice on this map. Scourge is maybe a little bit too slow, and the Core Necromancer can kind of function as a team fight duelist, right? So it can kind of 1v1, hold the node, and also be powerful in the team fight, which may be very, very handy on this map, whereas the Scourge is incredibly slow. But they are also running a Scourge as well. Esprit also repping the Scourge. Draza, of course, being on the Thief, and it is going to be, yeah, Freya essentially being the main duelist. The main duelist here for the Lakers. All Draza looking for another killer onto Allrun. They should be able to find him here, I think, actually. Are they going to get him? Yes, they are. Ooh, that's not good at all. I wonder what happened. I wonder if, oh, it has been a very even game, actually, but yeah, some really key kills here, and that's almost going to be a triple cap, actually. In fact, yes, Stern can't contest that whatsoever. Blam will be able to neutralize the altar fairly effectively, but again, there's the triple cap, will be neutralized very, very shortly, but this is looking very, very grim, actually. That was a very, very bad turn of events indeed for the serial killers. And they're actually not really out of the woods yet either. Like, Rip, Vabrine, and Stern are not super happy where they are. Rip's going to try and break up this fight by going for the decap, which he is going to find, but that does leave Stern and Vabrine extremely exposed in a 4v2, essentially. Rip's now going to move back into this fight, and I've got to say, Stern and Vabrine are doing miracles there. They actually waste so much time there from the Lakers, even getting another neutralization. Stern and Vabrine holding 2v4. Very nice hold there. Great positioning and great cooldown management. Rip even breaking out the portal for this game. Fantastic stuff here from Rip. Kind of like mirroring the shadow portal that we saw from Pain earlier on in the tournament there, as we saw there. Very interesting stuff. And now the Lakers, though, do still control that single node, and Blam getting driven away here. Of course, the Necromancer will be very annoying. Like, Necro in general is going to be a real pain in the ass here for the Weaver. However, now the Scourge is going to reinforce. Blam will be very, very comfortable indeed, and it will still be one node apiece with a 50-point difference so far. Goku actually did get killed there, but a very nice transfuse there from the Worm. Transfuse him up top there and gets that res for free. No follow-up, unfortunately, for the serial killers. They weren't able to confirm that kill, and Scourge proving its worth once again, guys. Azaz, my queen indeed. Serial killers looking for that second node. Blam really holding this 1v2, right? Like, the 1v2 there is absolutely massive there from Blam. The Lich form might be where that ends, though, actually. The Lich is huge, and that might be a kill onto Blam. It is. Stern is here, has the signet. Is there a steal? Is there an interrupt? There is not, actually, and Blam is back on his feet. Very, very good rotations here by Stern. He's where he needs to be at the right time. Now we actually see the second buff. Now, this is where shit can really get crazy. Looks like the serial killers actually might be able to secure this. Frey is moving on, though, over here to try and get onto this node here, and no, he can't. He actually didn't have a dodge for that, so he had to fuse the portal source, and this is actually big. Now we see the Mesmer providing huge value there, nearly killing Goku. Esprit, though, solidifies it, and we actually do see a portal from Rip. Is he going to bring players in? That's the question. For Brian was already here. Ooh, the bleeds on Rip. He gets a dodge. He's able to cleanse them by doing that. And now Lakers, they actually do give up the altar, but they are able to find the archway. The gate, sorry, fucking hell, this is not, guys, this is not Capricorn, even though I wish it was, because I like Capricorn. Rip disengages that fight, he doesn't have the sustain, but, oh yeah, he sees the Thief! Oh no! Dude, that was actually like watching an eagle pick up a bunny, right? There's a bunny hopping around the map. Just, oh, look at me, I'm a bunny, right? And then, oh, the eagle of the thief, the predator, right? Like, just picks up the bunny with its talons and rips it in half. Holy shit, that is Thief, okay? That is Thief Mesmer in a nutshell right there. Predator and prey. Ouch. Very unfortunate there for Rip. And that is going to be Draza securing a very key kill for his team, even finding some room to get the top buff. They're extending the lead of the Lakers into this game. Serial Killer's not out of it yet, though. I mean, it's still 7 minutes. The game is still young. It's a fairly fast-paced game. And oh, no. Oh, no, not again. Oh, no. Rip nearly gets no-scoped. Oh, yeah, I don't think he can survive this. He distorts. But is it enough? Oh, he actually portals back. Rip is a monster, but he portals back directly into a Renegade, which is not what he wants. It was a good idea, but sadly, Azaz, the Dark Worm, was waiting for him on the other side, and Rip gets bullied, killed again, unfortunately, and that's going to be a 4v5 that the Serial Killers, they can't really sustain right now, guys. They cannot sustain. Very unfortunate indeed. Meanwhile, this buff is being stalled out forever. Another kill secured on Sturd. Oh, I hate to say it, guys. This one's going to be over. If Brian dies, this game ends 100%. There's no way they win from that point. I think he is going to die. He's got an evade. Oh, but he gets interrupted, actually. And yeah. Okay, this game is over, unfortunately. This is going to be a win for the Lakers. The Lakers are going to be the finalist. Let's see how the other game is going, actually. Oh, wait, the other game was over. I presume... I actually don't know who won. We'll have to find out, dude. Like, I didn't see who in the other semi. But I don't know. Someone can tell me. 300 to 500. So I presume it was the Zan team, right? Did Zan teams win, or did Quarantine Crusades win? I think it was very close, actually. I think I wouldn't want to guess who won. Actually, it could have been either of them. It could have been either of them, and Swiss won't tell me either, which is great. But anyway, this is going to be Lakers. Lakers going to the finals to face whoever the other team is. We'll find out very, very shortly indeed. But there would have to be a miracle right now to achieve victory in this game. Yeah, Blam not able to respond to this in time, unfortunately. All the decap now by Draza. Draza about to meme and meme hard. Gets that decap. Wasting more time. I actually like the commitment to bottom buff here from the Serial Killers. This is pretty much the only way they can win. They have to somehow free up the map here, I think. But no, they know they can't really do it. They tried to maybe make the Lakers over-rotate and then portal out. I love that there from Richie. Very intelligent portal here. But again, there's a Necromancer waiting. They might be able to actually kill Frey, but they don't have enough time to actually win this game. Draza even going to 1v1 here and just stall this out, denying any level of point gain whatsoever. Looks like he is now going to leave. No, he's actually going to persist in the 1v1 just to basically stall it out and just hold it for as long as he possibly can. And, you know, of course, the Weaver will be very strong in the 1v1 here and will eventually drive the Thief away. But this is the problem. Esprit, he worms fast and he worms hard. Good portal value. They actually did the clean up there on Azaz and Frey there with that nifty portal rotation there from Rip. But it's not going to be good enough. This one node is all the Lakers need. And the big worm is standing right on it with enough cooldowns and barrier to last him multiple lifetimes. Frey reinforces here as well. Double Necro on point. Good fucking luck. You've got 10 seconds to win this game, and it's not going to happen. The Lakers defeat the Serial Killers, who will be the grand finalists. Lakers are grand finalists. Oh, smiley face from Azaz. Frey also initiates smiley face. Some BM has activated here, guys, okay? The BM has enabled. And there it is. And it will be Team Tick versus the Lakers in the Grand Finals. Grand Finals, Zan versus Lakers. We actually already saw these teams face off. It was a victory for the Lakers, of course. Okay, it was a victory for the Lakers, but it was certainly a close game, and I think it could go either way, guys. It could go either way. Here we go. Let's move on to the Grand Finals. Right, team, we now need a copy pasta frenzy. Who's it going to be, guys? Who will be the victory here? Who will win here on the Eternal Colosseum? Ooh, that's another nice Thief map here. And again, there's no Thief. This is... I do not think that... Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. The double Scourge. Esprit and Frey. Double Scourge hit. They've activated it. Zan. Of course, Sage Splitter, Floody, Adelanti, and Dra. They're going to have to punch through this. They're going to somehow have to make through this. But it's going to be difficult, guys. It's going to be very hard. Oh, we actually do see a relog here from Frey. What's it going to be? Wait. Oh, hang on. Dras are going to go for Warrior. He is really into this Warrior. They want to basically do what they did last time. They're going to basically activate the Warrior into the Prot Hollow and have Frey be on the Thief. And yeah, once again, like, the Thief is going to be fantastic here. Like, this is a map where, of course, there's a lot of, you know, terrain in the way of rotating between the nodes, and the objectives themselves here, the sword and the shield, a Thief can just, boom, teleport up there, grab it, boom, move on. This is a very good map to have a Thief on. I mean, I hate that this is kind of a shit map for the finals, not gonna lie, guys, because the Thief here is going to be a serious problem, okay? This is going to be problematic, guys. It really is. Thief is going to be very annoying right now for the red team to deal with. Let's see if they can make it work somehow. They have the triple Horsemith, the Guardian, and of course, the Scourge here to round out the comp there. And on the blue team, we have Goku on support Guardian there with the Soldier Rune Avatar Amulet. And the usual suspect when it comes down to the build, Draza on the Duelist Warrior there, Discipline, Strength, and Spellbreaker. Of course, Rune of the Fighter, Berserker Amulet. Esprit on the Scourge. Okay, Frey on DP Thief. No Shadow Portal. It's going to be the kind of more traditional approach here with Signet of Agility, Shadow Step, and Blinding Powder. And of course, Renegade on Old Faithful on the Renegade here. But so far, actually, red team going for a very big 3-node push and actually securing themselves points before the Lakers. That actually finds themselves 14 points ahead right now, chilling with the Fishers here. Actually 1v1 into Azaz right now. The Horsefoot, they're putting in some work. Goku actually kind of falls down here, wants support back. He's going to have to get back towards middle here. Yeah, there you go, he makes it. We'll be able to once again support Esprit. Decap finally happens here as well. Dras are able to dislodge Floody from the node long enough to secure it, but still a 17-0 situation so far. Meanwhile, Frey navigating about the map here, looking to get something done. He will be trying to wriggle away very, very shortly. He's able to do so. And actually, Esprit in trouble. Needs peel here. Has CPC. Actually, will be able to block projectiles there from, of course, the hollows if they do arrive there. And, of course, barriers up quite nicely. But so far, a very slow game, and the Lakers struggling to find traction. However, Azaz does at long last. He is able to win the Lion point here. Adelanti was forced to move over to resustain Sage Splitter as Frey was going to make some mischief. Yeah, this is finals, guys. This is indeed the finals of the monthly AT. This is the ultimate finals, the ultimate winning situation, guys, okay? Winning gaming, winning content. Okay, then, let's see if we can make it work. Lakers about to get into the lead there. Oh, a massive spike coming out on the Sage Splitter. The healing is good there from Adelanti, but red team, they've got to find a way to get a node here, right? I know this sounds a little bit urgent, but trust me, guys. You guys are like, oh, it's okay. They've only got one node. Half an hour later, or, right, 5 minutes later, there have been no kills secured, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, fuck. I guess we lost the game, huh? Right, oh, hang on, though. Oh, that res. No! They killed Frey, but they just hand-resed. Ah! Ladies and gentlemen, esports. Goodness me. I do have to say, guys, this is not looking good. Like, the meta, not looking very healthy right now. The final conclusion of PvP. It's wicked. Get me some wickeds in the chat, guys. Every single wicked buffs Scourge, guys. Every wicked increases transfusion res power by 1%, guys. Every single Borpa spin also buffs Scourge. Every single CMCW actually deletes PvP from the game. Anyway, action continues to happen here in the finals, and well, I did warn you about that one node. You can see that even though it might not seem like much, yeah, like, the gap is increasing and red team isn't getting any points. No points are kicking in there whatsoever, unfortunately. It's a little unfortunate here for the red team. They're trying to break through. They're looking for a spree right now. Sage Splitter really going in aggressively, looking for a kill, but can't really find it. The support is too good from Goku. Meanwhile, we actually have, of course, Floody trying to 1v1 into Draza. On the other side of the map, of course, we now have Zan trying to get rid of Azaz. And Zan, of course, can definitely... Like, this is a 1v1 matchup that I think is definitely winnable by both parties here. But, of course, this is where the Thief comes in. Why worry about winning 1v1 into Zan when you can 1v2 Zan? And then he can't win. And actually, he's going to die here, I think. I think he knows it as well. Yeah, he definitely knows it. He knows he wasn't getting out of that. Goes to the point just to die, to respawn a little bit quicker. Zan actually does get the shield, though. Actually, shields back up there. The shield buff revives him, which is very convenient there. So the sword buff actually was countered. It was denied. And now is actually going to be resent there by Adelanti. But the damage is so extreme here. Like, Zan having a real tough time and even surviving. And actually, Floody even does die here as well. Like, Draza finds the kill, able to fully secure that. And that's now going to be a 2-cap in favor of the Lakers. And I think now the big question is, guys, what you guys should be guessing is, will there be any more points scored, really, by the red team? And it may well be no, actually. Esprit did die as he was being battered by the Scourge and the Horror-Smith, but Goku arrives in the very nick of time and locks it all down, guys. He locks it down big time, and Zan now falls. Yeah, Azaz now falls, able to find that kill for realsies this time, and of course this allows a full collapse from the blue team onto the middle. They're maybe even looking to secure that one as well. I think they're okay with it being neutral, though. Draz are just going to once again match. He's going to match Floody here in the 1v1, but actually Floody not going to be here. He's going to maybe go over towards far potentially and try a slightly different approach here, but it's going to be nearly a triple cap, and there's no way to get out of this, really. There is no way to get out of this situation, unfortunately, I believe, for the red team. It's 161 to 17, and, you know, well, Frey is going to have to stall into Zan, which is definitely going to be annoying. I think Azaz is going to have to, yeah, he's going to try and rotate over here to actually match that very shortly. There we go. There is the match. Draza now 1v2 into Floody and Sageblade, but of course, already we see Goku moving into position. Scourges have been on mid the entire game. Literally AFK, having a world of fun. A world of fun indeed. But there we go. The 1v1 starts up again, except, of course, the Thief still lurking around, looking for a kill onto Zan. But, oh no, man. Like, the deadlock. The deadlock is here. The deadlock is here, guys. It is going to be a victory here for the Lakers. I hate to call it so soon, but this is over, right? Like, there's no way that Red can win this. Like, they're getting, you know, the Thief is screwing them. They can't really win the team fight, right? Like, the 1v1s aren't really going their way either. This is just a catastrophic situation. Esprit is in a bit of trouble here, but Goku now arrives and will be able to provide healing and boons, even revival if necessary. And again, hard to interrupt the res because there's no Thief as well. So this is pretty much a fucked situation right now. There's going to be a Signet. Here it comes. Stability, yeah. Stability used before the shield. Yeah, Zan goes for his signature move. Signature finishing move, interrupting the revival with the shield, but it gets completely shut down by Stand Your Ground. And Esprit lives on. Esprit is actually going to die here, so it won't be 17 points. Looks like it might well actually extend up to a few more. Unless that actually gets revived somehow. No, it won't be. The cleave will come out there. The kill we've secured. So looks like red team actually able to get mid there as well off the back of this kill. Esprit will have to spend a good amount of time bleeding out. Adelanti will have to neutralize the dragon here as well. As we saw, the Lakers actually dedicate a fair few resources to obtaining the buffs here. There he is. That's going to be the end of Esprit. But, of course, the Warrior and the Gun just need to hold on a little bit because they are actually by their spawn. And in 10 seconds, Esprit will be able to get back into this fight. So as long as Draza and Goku don't die, they should be in a pretty okay situation. Meanwhile, Azaz gonna have to 1v1 into the Scourge. He actually might be able to decap here. He might rather finish the cap here just by forcing the Scourge off node. It will be difficult. He isn't a Herald, so he doesn't have a knockback or anything. But he might be able to apply enough pressure that the Scourge can't actually match that, at least for the time being. Goku actually did die there. That's honestly a bit of hope for the red team. If they are able to kind of like reverse lock their opponents right now, that would be a way to win this game. But it's a very, very rocky road, guys, okay? It is a very, very rocky road to try and re-establish dominance over this game for red. They would need to realistically be holding a double cap with the third node neutral or even a triple cap to really get back into this. They only have 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Looks like Dra actually will be able to get this, like, Azaz 2 pressure to actually contest right now. So it is going to be a 2 cap. Okay. Okay. Can they find the third? No. No, they definitely can't, actually. In fact, it's going to be Lakers grabbing the Sage, but they're trying to hold off. Hang on, though. We actually do now have Dra with, you know, with Adelanti and Zan here. That's holdable. Toldable. The Thief. Frey does what Thief does. Okay, he does what Thief does. He moves about the place, and he gets where he needs to be and neutralizes the dragon, resetting the point gain from red. to almost nothing. Draza continues his 1v1 frenzy into Floody. It's pretty much endless there. It will require a plus from the Thief, I believe, from Frey. So Frey may even go there directly. We may see Frey just kind of skip over mid and go directly for this 1v1, in fact, because this is going to be pretty stealth. Looks like he is going to try and peel Azaz out there a little bit. Nice stealth there, and that'll be a guaranteed res. There it is, guaranteed res confirmed. That, yep. Frey immediately leaves and is going to look to try and neutralize this, and he will be able to do that fairly effectively, as, of course, the Thief will be a serious source of additional damage that the Engineer is going to really struggle to maintain any kind of hold against there. That's going to be the end of that. Winner POV is going to go down. That is the end of that. And Grand Finals, guys, of this monthly AT. It's spiraling out of control. The CC is good onto Adelanti, denying that Signet. He's going to try and go for the... I think they actually might need to stomp this here. They are going to go for a stomp, and Draza should find that. Yes, he does find the stomp, and that will be a neutralization there on the Lion. Meanwhile, the stall is happening here on middle. The Scourge of Esprit, Goku supporting, and then Azaz plinking away, even looking to win the team fight there into Dra. The 3-2 looking very, very scary indeed. Dra about to go down here. Does get a good kite there and he's able to survive, but no. 100 HP. Nope, he is going to fall there. That is the end of that. Zan and Sagebird looking for the res. They can't quite find it, I'm afraid. And there's the 2-cap. The lockdown commences yet again. Floody is able to respawn onto the dragon. Draza going for the buff instead. Not able to match his opponent Duelist. But still, is that really enough at this stage in the game, guys? I don't think it is. I do not think, okay, that this is going to be good enough, unfortunately. There it is. Dra goes down. Mid is now claimed here by the Lakers. Lakers are ending this game. They're about to secure their victory very, very soon. And it will be the Worm Crown. They haven't had one before, guys. This is going to be a brand new gizmo for the French Worms, for the Lakers. They claim the crown. I believe it is also what I believe it. None of these players have the crown, actually. So everyone here is getting the crown for the first time. The big worm is about to be the King Worm. Worm King. 6 Necros in finals, 4 Scourge and 2 Core. Very fun, guys. The Crown of Snakes, as I will always know it at this point, guys. The Crown of Snakes. Draza has it? Does he? I am actually not sure if he does. I don't think Draza has the crown, actually. Because I think he actually didn't play monthlies for a while. The first monthly he played and actually won was the boat monthly. I actually don't think he has the crown. Close game. But anyway, yeah, I mean, in some ways it is a close game. In other ways it just really isn't, right? Like, that's the issue. Like, the combo red, it just doesn't work here. I mean, it's not that they're getting out comp. I think it's, like, theoretically winnable, but it's insanely difficult to win for red here. Like, if this was another map, I think it would be much... if it was a different map that wasn't so Thief favored, I think red would have a much harder time. But look, I know it sounds, you know, I don't want to complain about balance too much, guys, but this map is unplayable without Thief, right? Like, if you don't have Thief on this map, you're fucked, right? Like, you know, good luck, right? Good luck. Yes. Most consecutive monthly AT wins on EU. Yeah, they've won every monthly AT for like 7 months in a row now. They lost Tournament of Legends, though. So they weren't able to get that feather in the cap. But yeah, they did indeed win a lot of monthly ATs. Shozan versus Dra. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's happening. Like, the 1v1 is going on, but it won't end before the game ends. Dude, the Worms call the aggressive GG hard BM. Okay, you'd love to see it, guys. Hard BM indeed, but yep, the game ends. Monthly AT has been claimed by the Lakers. The crown belongs to the French. The French are crowned.